I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
When are we supposed to be clean?
I fucking
How
hate
about
you.
now?
I hate you so much.
What about a fuck? Are we fucking clean now?
No.
We're not fucking clean, but we are somewhat clean. So,
Fuck.
anyways, to kill
I
any
don't like being a dirty boy.
to kill any monetization in the first 2 seconds of any podcast.
Yep.
All right.
We try
So
to get that shit out the door.
I do have a question. I have a question for you guys.
And I might have an answer.
Yes. So we're all collectors.
Purple's my standard answer.
Exactly. So we're all collectors of different types of figures and or transformers, right?
Sure.
How do you guys feel about effect parts, such as some of the explosion or weird electricity or beam energy stuff that Hasbro's been giving us lately? But
It depends because like back when I was heavy into like Mezco and Legends collecting, I did a lot of toy photography stuff and I was learning how to do that and do setups and stuff. So you need stuff like that for display purposes. It really goes down to just the character. It has to make sense with the character or it looks fucking dumb. And if you do it, you have to light it. I found out the best way to do it. A friend of mine showed me. He does gorgeous. I'll have to send y'all some pictures that he does. This guy Jason in the Mezco groups. He uses like laser pointers and stuff, and he puts different color tips on them and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But he just sits it off frame and just hits the like the fire effects and the lightning effects and all that with the laser pointer, and it makes it light up for the picture. That
Kind of like what that Pastor Robin does.
I don't know who that is, but
yeah,
probably.
yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
you know
about.
Shoki. Yeah.
There's a lot of toy photographers out there.
No,
So
I'm getting to like him. I mean, at first I didn't really when I got Fans Toy Sovereign, the Galvatron.
Yeah.
And that big heavy blast effect that it comes with.
Oh, yeah.
But and the arm flops down. It's like, well, this is just completely useless, right? It's like, what's the point of even having this? But yeah, with some of the effects like ground effects and blast effects that are coming out with a lot of the masterpieces, for example, I'm just starting to like them more and more.
What about
depending on the character,
what about the standard Hasbro bloosh effects as they were?
I like I like some of the newer ones that they're giving with the other, like the one that they gave with Omega Supreme, like I got that for my kids for theirs. I like that. It has the gradient colors in it.
That one has the smoke effect for launching and stuff. But I think the Jetfire
looks amazing.
I think the
Jetfire one looks like booty. Like they used to, like everybody was so excited about those and they're so cool. I've never seen one that didn't have limp dick tendencies and looked like it needed a direct inject of fucking
that part is true. I will give you credit on that. But like I have the Arc set, which is the same as the Jetfire but blue, right here in front of me, and I don't have the limp dick problem, but I'm also not using them in that way. But I did notice that if they were pressed up against something, they're gonna go so-called limp. But one thing in particular, because Hasbro is a sprawling company, I do have the Lightning Collection, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection stuff, and they come with so many different effect parts. Whether it's like
they had some cool ones. I noticed those inside the boxes when I'd see them on the pegs and stuff. They actually have some legit parts. Though.
Now, while I agree with you that some of them are really great. In fact, I just reviewed last week the Green Ranger Shredder from the crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Now that has some really cool slash effects that actually go over his claws, like it's like an energy slash, which is pretty cool and would be neat to adapt to a Wolverine. And I think there is a Wolverine Legends figure somewhere that probably has some kind of lightning slash effect from like the video games and something. But like some of these effect parts are really fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of them are like a weird like bluish. Okay, get away from bluish. Like a weird what I call like an electric spider effect. Mm-hmm. So it a core thing that looks like a spiky thing, and then like 6 or 8 lightning bolts kind of coming off of it. Or it looks like a Crimzeek almost, if we're gonna go there for Transformers. And I hate those. Then they're meant to basically go on the tip of a weapon. No.
On the tip of the weapon.
They're meant to go off the tip of a weapon.
So it's making like a strike. You probably put on the tip of the weapon and then put the tip of the weapon against whatever enemy it's talking.
Yes, that part's true, but it's also almost like they intercepted intercepted like an energy bolt, and some of them are cool, but they've gotten into this part, and you know Hasbro, they reuse shit constantly. They have this one
Absolutely.
that looks like an X shape that's like a chest blast effect, like something got shot in the chest and it's like reacting.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it works for very like certain specific figures, but other ones I'm like, why did you fucking include this? Like, this is so stupid. Like, I don't care if you
A lot of that,
recolored
I
it.
think they put them in there. It's to help justify their price points.
That
Like
part
people go, oh my god,
you're right.
it's got
I think
blast
so.
effects in there. That makes it worth more money. Well, technically, it's the same mold as a blast effect that they've already been selling for a year, so they've already made their money on it. So they're not giving you anything more for your buck, but it looks like there's more in the box, so people feel a little bit happier about spending the money they're spending.
I 100% agree with that. I do. I don't
Yeah.
agree with the price increase overall if it's for nothing extra. So if they give us a price increase due to inflation or whatever, and they throw in other shit to sort of justify it, fine. But I will say I have an entire large like freezer bag full of fucking effect parts that I'm not gonna use ever. So like I have the which version is it? I guess they call it like the version 3 of Lord Draken from the comic
Right.
books, and he comes with what I refer to as the lightning carpet.
Okay.
So it's literally like green lightning that's all interconnected that comes like at a 90-degree angle from perpendicular to his feet, but then also has a vertical piece that you're supposed to, I guess, integrate around his legs, sort of.
Oh,
So it's
That's-
like
So it looks like he's standing in lightning.
yeah, so
Odd.
it looks like lightning's coming down behind and then out across the ground, so to speak.
Weird.
And that's why I call it the lightning carpet. It's so
And also that was a very weird, so to speak. I don't think that one worked.
well, I say so to speak in a non referential weapon or reason. I'm drunk, guys. So welcome to the drunk cast, as it were, for at least SHOKY. So either way, now some of the effects are nice because they wrap around like the swords or something like that, and it's like a slashing effect. That looks pretty cool. Or flames coming off the blade. Those
One
I
of the
agree
big
with.
ones is it needs to make sense with the figure it comes
Yes,
with. I don't
100%.
want lightning effects with a figure that doesn't use lightning either in any kind of canon. Like if it's not
No,
in
exactly.
the comic,
It's
or
stupid,
it's not
right?
in the cartoon, or it's not in the show, then you're literally just filling a space in the box to try to upsell me on some shit.
Just upselling
It
you
doesn't
on
make
some soft
sense.
plastic, yes.
Yep. If it doesn't
I
make
love
sense,
shrapnel,
don't
and
get
that's pretty much it.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, now that's another thing though, like whether it's a post effect part. Like say like some of the like DNA I believe comes with an upgrade part for some of the Studio Series bots. And one of them is like some cool effect parts that go on the nubbin ends of Studio Series Cup when he's been taken apart. Like
Yeah.
that
Well,
that kind of stuff I'm on
that-
board for. That kind of stuff I'm on board
that-
for.
the ones you were talking about earlier with the arc and all that thing comes apart for that reason too. Like those like the wide flare out ones. You're supposed to be able to peg them on like his robot nipples, so it makes it look like somebody shooting them into the chest and stuff.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
you're right about that. The multi-layer effect parts like that are meant to be either one big blast effect, like they're shooting like blasting off, even though they give you 2 for something that has 4 fucking thrusters. Thanks, Hasbro.
Yeah.
Or
they'll sell you. They'll be like, oh, if you buy this figure, it comes with those other boosters you're looking for your arc figure.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
Side note, I'm actually disappointed in DNA Designs on their upgrade set for the arc because so many, like, I don't care what company you are, you need to find a way to get the 5th booster in there and eliminate that weird section on the back foot. Like, it's like, give us the 5th booster so it makes sense, and then fill out whatever you want otherwise. Like, whether it's the curvature of the sides or something, because I know a lot of people have been struggling with that, with the weird gaps from the knee, you know. But for me, it's like, give me the last thruster. Like, mod the feet so that it has half a fucking foot, you know, and then or half a thruster on the heel, and it just combines to make a final thruster. And I know that our buddy Tim K from the Realm of Collectors, shout out to Tim, and also Voice of Kaon and other things that he's a part of. I know that he was a part of a thing that modded a scanned version of one of their thrusters that basically would add onto the back of the heel, the pre-existing heel, but it stuck out it stuck out as a very center, like 3 inches out thruster. Like it's a cool, it's an interesting mod, but like they should have just replaced the bottom of that foot. Now, mind you, not everybody's good about like pulling a whole pin out for a heel or a whole section of the foot or something, but you know, it's just.
But speaking of DNA designs, I forgot to tell you all about this too. My neighbor, remember it was in the realm of collectors a couple months ago. He got that black Zarek in or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he got the DNA. He got the DNA upgrade kit too, and he came over
dude, that's
Friday
good.
night.
Nice.
Yeah, and we put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I think it's fucking massive. Dude. Now it was big before; it's massive now.
I mean, I got the same upgrades for my Scorponok. Yeah, it makes a big difference for that figure.
But with this one, it all came in one box, so the fucking box is huge.
Exactly.
All 3 upgrades.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
But then he found this other upgrade. Okay, so you've got Scorponok, and Mike, you probably know what I'm talking about if you don't have the figure. But you know, on the tail, when you fold out that orange gun tip piece on his tail.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know how it has that before you flip it out, you can hinge it back and it has like that little square, like where it flips out from.
Yeah.
Okay. He found this other third party, somebody on eBay. He didn't remember who it was. It was an upgrade. It's an actual scorpion fucking tail that is articulated and has a metal arrowhead shape.
Oh, wow.
I know what you're talking about.
And it clicks right into that square. If you don't flip the gun out, you just clip it on right there.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm gonna send you a picture of the black Zarek, because when he's in robot mode, you can flip that out if you do it right before you snap it all into place.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like he has a fucking scorpion or snake head coming up over his shoulder, and it articulates and moves. It is that of the whole thing. That is the thing that draws my eye every time I see that shit. And it just looks amazing with that thing on there. I don't give a crap less about right there and all that, but this looks cool.
Mike and I just jinxed on coughing.
Yeah.
It's like, what were the odds? We coughed at the same time.
Jinx, pinch, poke. You owe me a Soundwave box.
I don't think it works that way. Wait, which one of us owes you the Soundwave box? Because we both did it.
Okay, well then he owes me a Soundwave box, and you owe me a Halo gun. Boom! Nailed it.
You buy a Halo gun and all the paint necessary. I will fucking make you one, buddy.
Or you just give me the one you have, and you can buy that shit and make one for yourself.
Yes, but the thing is, I control how good it looks before it gets sent to you.
And the picture is added in the notes.
Hmm? The official
picture
on Discord.
Yes.
What
that's
picture?
One that Ricky's talking about.
I'm looking.
Oh
yeah.
Hold on.
That's
I gotta
interesting.
look.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
That's it.
That's
the
cool.
one. And
only upgrade kit, no robot.
Yeah, it's
and it comes with little lights for the claws as well.
Nice.
So
I don't need that, but that's
have,
pretty fucking cool.
His didn't have lights in it. Like it didn't.
Oh, you can get a kit with little lights that go in the claws.
It's a secondary kit then, because it's not that one.
I'm sure there's some combo kit.
Like each one of those segments has an articulation point in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the head also has its own articulation point. So I literally went
so to speak
with it, looking like a snake was coming up over his shoulder and tapping to him, almost like the Doc Ock in the old Sam Raimi ones where he had it was talking to him. It looked like that.
That's pretty neat.
The one other effects that I like are the Tamashi ones.
Yes.
Yes, I was about to say those.
Now that's a whole different category, though. That's like Tamashi effect stage stuff. That's a whole separate category from.
I was going to call it SHF, but that's the one.
It's same difference, yeah.
Well,
it's all Bandai.
Or the Kamen Rider Figmas, the SH
and the Dragon Ball stuff.
That's all under Bandai. But that's the difference between Bandai and Hasbro when it comes to, and also that stuff tends to be hard plastic versus the soft bullshit
as
plastic.
Long as we're talking about effects. I
No,
mean,
you're right though. I'm not arguing.
Right? So,
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that's the difference between which company makes something, because I have. Obviously I have tons of Gundam stuff that also has very similar effect parts, but also the what do they call them? The figurized standard things like Kamen Rider, Naruto, things like that also come with effect parts that are very much Tamashi effect parts. Same thing if you build any of the Dragon Ball kits, like you get you get a Kamehameha blast and stuff like that you piece together yourself. But then like even the cheapo, not even Figwarts does come with some cool shit, not gonna lie. But the cheapo Dragon Stars figures I've got, they've started selling like Vegeta, Goku, whoever, with proper like blast effects, not like some bullshit lightning coming out of their hands or something like that. So they have a Goku they sell and a Vegeta they sell that are each have a blast effect that you can put together to make like their beam struggle.
Gotcha.
But
That's
now,
cool.
but now they sell the Trunks / Fuse Zamas or Zamasu.
Right.
You're just making up fucking words now.
I wish I was, my friend. But either way, so from that particular section of Dragon Ball Super, they have the Versus box that you can buy both of those figures in now instead of having to do the Build-A-Figure and whatnot. And it actually comes with the Spirit Sword add-on effect part for Trunks, which you could only get originally in Figwarts. The Figwarts version of that future Trunks came with that effect, and they adapted it to the cheaper line and then sold both figures together. So that's kind of funny, yeah. So Bandai,
One
yes.
of those Tamashi Nation ones, I guess, that he's talking about, Bandai, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember I've seen people use it before with their Dragon Ball. It looks like a fire ring or whatever.
Yes, it looks like a ring and then flames behind them. Yes, like a power-up. Yeah.
No. It's like the ring is fire. Like the actual
like Johnny
ring
Cash
itself is fire.
Yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about.
A ring of fire.
I know what you're talking about. I have Johnny Cash in the house. Like I'm hanging on the wall.
Of love is sweet.
No, buddy of mine in Transformer Masterpiece Addicts brand that just lives north of me. He has, I know it exactly.
North of you, holy shit!
Well, so he lives in the North Pole, so that's north of you.
Yeah, he's close.
I almost spit my water.
One of the groups that I'm in, the guy did. It was just like a little picture he just slapped together. Like it's not. He wasn't setting up for like a photo shoot or anything. It was just something he did like on his bookshelf or on his desk or something. But he had that ring, and then he had the Legends Doctor Strange with the magic hands. Yeah. And then he had G.I. Joe Snake Eyes coming through a motorcycle through the ring.
Well, hold on.
He said something about this is the real multiverse of madness or something.
But it wasn't. Well, you know, the Defender Strange figure came with the ring that would go behind him.
Yeah, but this isn't. But this thing looked nice. This looked like one of those Tamashi Nation ones. It didn't look like a Hasbro one. If it's Hasbro, it's one of the nicest ones.
But you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Defender Strange comes with that sling ring, fire ring effect behind him. Now I believe you that was probably a nice version.
Just like fire. Yeah, this looked just like fire. It didn't look like that magical, like sparky shit like they do in the movies.
I agree with you.
So that's why I'm assuming it was one of those. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that must be one of the Dragon Ball rings or whatever." Because that's what I always picture when I see those things. I always think of Dragon Ball. I had a friend who was a Dragon Ball collector.
If it was in the last month, it might have just been that Defender Strange effect part.
No, I'll try to find the picture and I'll show it to you.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that part actually, like the Marvel Legends stuff is getting a little bit better with some of their stuff. So Hasbro cares sometimes. But when it comes to Transformers stuff, they're just like, "Ooh, throw in whatever blast effect parts we can afford." With Power
They'll
Rangers,
be happy with it. Whatever.
Exactly, 100%. So Power Rangers,
I just don't get how one company has like 4 or 5 different lines, and they're so massively different from each other in their articulation, in their QC, and everything. I'm like, holy crap, why do they do this?
I will say QC,
because
yes.
Departments go on their own most of the time there, and that's the problem with. I can't believe I'm saying it. Diversity.
Hold on, I will turn my camera back on for this. Hold on, you gotta.
Hold on, I'm not looking at the thing.
And give it a second. Give it a second. I have to show this because hold on, I'll turn my light on. Give me a second. Fuck my eyeballs. Literally, when I say bag of effect parts. So you see all this craziness?
It almost looks like a bag of stringy weed.
Yes. So you guys see this crazy part right here? This that's the lightning carpet.
That green thing?
This right here, if you can see my finger, all of this part coming up like this, and then all of this craziness that's green is all the lightning carpet, as I call it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then a lot of this is the spider effects, and then some of it is very gummy, some of it is very solid.
Oh yeah.
A couple of the effects are actually very, very good, and then some of them are shit. Not gonna lie. It's when they get into the soft plastic nonsense, like the bluish parts, like the Jetfire stuff. And by the way, guys, do not leave any of these soft plastic stuff, effect parts,
In the heat.
No, not even in your heat. Do not leave them attached to your figures because they will melt the plastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really?
Yes, because there's something in the mold release that actually will eat away at the basic like ABS plastic that
Oh my God, no.
Not joking. TJ Omega talked about it and somebody else talked about it. I think even MGO talked about
Why would
it.
they make something like that could do that?
Because they don't assume people will just leave it indefinitely.
Like, frig, that's a big oversight to make.
And it could be a heat issue too. It could be that heat combined, because I mentioned this in one of our earliest
maybe two
episodes.
Chemicals getting together, causing a heat issue, chemically speaking, and
exactly. So I mentioned this in one of our earliest episodes that even now, so however long it's been since the ARC came out, so I'm still touching the same ARC piece that I've had forever, not done anything. It's just been sitting on my desk.
Yeah,
it feels slick. It feels like an oil slick.
Yeah.
So it's always
I know
it's always leaching something, and that same
I've been hearing
this
stuff a lot lately.
The same stuff can damage your actual Hasbro plastic, depending on what it is. So people think all plastics are the same. If you're a model builder, you absolutely know they are not. And the kind of ABS mixture of most of the flexible plastic, not the soft shit, but the flexible, not breakable stuff that Hasbro uses for their big bots, or most of their bots, will have a reaction to the actual bluish parts that they're given. Even the Power Ranger stuff, for the most part, like I said, the soft, like jelly stuff will do that. That's one reason I keep it isolated and I don't leave it attached to the figures, because it could do it, especially if it's a non-painted part. So you got to think about that kind of stuff. And it's one thing that you would never consider, because it's probably something they never considered, because there's probably no long-term testing in that factor. They probably assume people will just use it for 5 minutes, throw it away. You know,
throw it in a baggie.
Throw it in a baggie like me. You know, because while effect parts are cool, if you don't have, say, like a battle scene going on, then it's kind of pointless, you know.
But like going with what you're saying about leaving it in there and fuck it up, then that means people keep their shit in ARC mode and put the blast effects in the boosters. That's gonna fuck them up, and that should have definitely been thought about before.
Assuming you have it suspended up enough so that you could have the bluish effect parts under said thing, like a liftoff.
Right.
or just flying. Like if they have
that too. Yeah. You're right.
At all.
Yeah. So I mean,
hashtag ban Hasbro.
Don't ban them. Just hold them accountable. So like I've got you guys saw I have my ARC sitting here in ARC mode because I'm using it as an Exodus display eventually. So
but you have it like in takeoff.
Yes, exactly. And I do plan on building. I plan on building the like half dome kind of around it. I want to do like a combination of G1 and Fall of Cybertron Escape. You know, so it'll have like a gantry / a kind of half dome around it, because originally in the old G1 cartoons, you know, the dome like opened and then the ARC flew out of it. And in some aspects it flies like an airplane, where it takes off horizontal and then flies up instead of just launching vertical like a spaceship, you know. So either way. All right, guys. So that's enough for that. We're gonna not do segues today. Fuck it, because I want to ruin Ricky's ruining of my segues. But welcome back to Now You Made It Awkward podcast. This is episode 11, and I am fairly drunk, and I'm drinking water to try to get sober.
Not working.
It's working over time. Plus, my voice will probably sound a little bit lower because I've been talking and playing games for hours. But either way, I am SHOKY. If you want to catch up on any SHOKY-related things, whether it's my review channels or my other channel, it is available down in the description below. And of course, we have the Comic Relief Crusader.
Yeah, hello.
Mike. And if you want to fucking click on any of his shit and subscribe to the YouTube or the Facebook. Shut up.
You're home, take me drunk,
awesome.
Okay? Jeez.
Shoky's awesome.
I'm trying to figure out what I was going to say. Shut up.
It's the fucking link.
If you want to subscribe to him,
look,
just go to this place, that place,
I'm thinking faster than I'm talking. Either way, I
You
think.
guys know
Oh,
who the fucking links are.
I don't need this bright light in my eyes, by the way. I already turned the camera off. Remember a couple weeks ago I made that mistake? I was like, oh yeah, the camera's been off for 2 fucking
You
hours. So
said
might as
you
well...
saw rings for like hours.
Dude, no joke, I did. Either way, so Mike, who just hit a little over 250 subscribers on his channel and did a giveaway this afternoon.
Which I didn't win, so I call cheat.
I didn't win either, so cheat.
You were trying to give it away if I won. You
and
don't
therefore are not eligible to win. So
Yeah,
there you go.
Ricky and I should not have been eligible, realistically.
How are we not eligible to win? That was not on Now You Make It Awkward.
Well, because you're white, and in this current climate of political correctness, you two, along with myself, are evil, and therefore shouldn't have won. So
I almost spit my
my
water.
Hispanic
Fuck you.
kids would have won.
I almost spit my water on the computer.
My half Hispanic kids will win.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Me, then. I'll sign my lotto ticket over to
Hey,
them.
first of all,
Okay.
I am a person of color, being of Eastern European descent.
He's white. He has all the colors.
First of all, no, fuck you, fuck you. Eastern European descent, Polish or Polak descent is considered in people of color, so fuck off. Either way, also, if you want to follow anything of Mike's merch store, you can do so at Freelance Graphics with a K. You decide where the K goes, or you just click the link because fuck what I say. And then there's Ricky, who does things for Nerd Rage Radio.
Hey, yo.
We've heard him talking already. It's fine. I keep forgetting to link the actual Nerd Rage Facebook. I need to do that this week. I will fix that.
Sure. 5,000 fucking links in there between you and fucking Mike, and I can't just get one in there?
Well,
you
we
go.
do still link Sean's Facebook, even though he's no longer
Hey, get the
painting.
fuck out of here. Look, Sean, me and you want to talk, man. That's fucked up, dude.
Look, Sean isn't painting Transformers anymore, and Ricky is depressed about it even now. So, but either
that's
way,
right.
No,
You
I'm
can live
really-
vicariously
I'm really
through Sean.
I'm really not, because Shoki does not know about the conversations me and Sean have in private. So Shoki's going to be real sad when my Soundwave shows up.
Oh, am I?
Yep. And I'm going to laugh. I'm going to fucking do it on this motherfucker. I'm going to make y'all turn your cameras on and look, and I'm going to show it to you, and y'all are going to start crying and bitching and complaining, and Sean's going to laugh when he listens.
I mean, ultimately, I'll be fine because I know it'll take 6 fucking months because he definitely does not rush when it comes to Transformers builds. So it is what it is.
I will
It's
just
worth the
admit,
wait, though.
Ricky, you can take over my position to get painted first.
No,
I will be that kind of gentleman.
Nope. Mike needs to do it
Oh, well,
because
I'm here to let you know that you're Canadian and I'm American, so I definitely go first. So
yeah,
it
but
doesn't
he's
matter.
Canadian Texan, so it counts more.
Yes, exactly. That's it. I'm Canadian Texan, still polite, but won't take your shit. But
He's
elegant enough to give you my spot.
What do you mean still?
he's American by proxy. I'm American by being American.
Yeah, there you go.
You're American by Florida. That doesn't count.
By Florida. Where are somebody did, I was on one of like the video chats, like the hangouts and stuff with some of the guys from the realm, and somebody's like, I was in Florida, or maybe it was Sean. It was like, I'm in Florida, which is like its own country. Like,
Florida
it's
is
something.
definitely its own country. But then again, so is Texas, so it is what it is.
Then again, technically, it's Canada.
Well, Canada
Canada's
is
not a country.
definitely its own country. That I mean,
Canada-
we're not
Canada's
counting
a
that as
foot-
a state.
Canada's a footnote of Russia.
Oh, that's
It's not
right.
its own country.
We're an extension of China. Where was my thoughts?
Yeah, but that's only
Mhm.
Eastern Canada,
Yeah, well, yeah,
mostly.
more central.
So
Mostly.
Russia just bypassed Western Canada and took over Eastern Canada.
No, I'm sorry, China did that. Russia takes over
Yeah.
Western Canada, but they
Oh,
bypassed
China has
Alaska.
BC and
Yeah.
Ottawa. So
Yes,
we'll put it
But,
that way.
but we talked enough about China on the episode that came out this week, and I do not want to look at the numbers for this particular episode because we got very spicy on that conversation. Holy shit.
That one I did not like.
Although we did have some comments on the MoonKnight episode where we talk about our fan theories and expectations ruining TV shows. So we did have a couple of comments on that. So I will go ahead and read those because that's what we
Hey,
do.
everybody listening real quick before Drunk Shoki gets rambling on this thing. If
Sure.
y'all want me to see these comments, y'all gonna have to just comment to me directly in Messenger or something, because this asshole doesn't share them with me and Mike until we find out. We're just as surprised as you guys are when you start them on this show.
Well,
He never
if
shares them.
you were following the actual page, you would see the comments on the actual videos.
I follow the page. I just don't look at it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just realized those comments were on today's episode. Either way, let's go ahead and read all of these episodes. Okay, sorry. No. I just realized there's like several comments on today's episode, which is the China conversation. So,
Oh, great.
shout out
You guys sound
to.
like a bunch of yelling idiots yelling over top of each other.
No, I'll
for
read those
fucking
here in a
hours.
second. I have not read
Like,
them at
well,
all.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Let's go here. All right, so Christine C. Shout out to Christine. Hold on, there we go. Whoa, that's a long comment. All right. I watch movies, TV shows with certain expectations. I like them to be well written with interesting words occasionally thrown in. I don't know. Okay. And not too much bland chit chat just for filler. I like the dialogue to be meaningful in advancing the storyline. I like words. I like the shows to be visually interesting where it looks like the creators are actually trying. I am not an appreciator of comic books. I don't see the point if they're actually able to read real books and continuing with the comics. That's pretty funny. I might be missing something, but flipping through a whole comic for a few minutes doesn't engage me like books do. I will say that on our live stream on Friday, I did talk to her about this and mentioned that trade paperbacks and hardcover collections will kind of meet that book feeling of the comic books for her. So she said she actually might check that out. I do really like most of Marvel and DC movies and characters without reading any of the comics. I see what you're saying about expectations. I started watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds with a lot of expectations since I've watched Star Trek all my life. I also really like Anson Mount from Hell on Wheels and also Inhumans fame. I watch something, and if I like it, I like it, and if I don't, I don't. Sometimes not following expectations makes a nice surprise. So that's a pretty good comment. A few good points there from Christine. And also, she's been asking whether or not we will be reviewing Strange New Worlds, but I don't know if any of us are watching it. Are you watching it, Mike?
Yeah, I followed the first 2 episodes.
Okay, I know Sean is watching it and throwing out his opinions, but I don't have Paramount, so I can't watch it. And I don't know that Ricky's remotely interested in new old Trek.
I'm mixed on it. It does have a very nice oldish feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny in the intro. You really do, at least to me, you really do get the sense that the Enterprise is its own character in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, maybe that's just the intro. Had they done it?
I've seen the intro to it. I actually like that they captured the old feel of it along with the new tech, basically. Although I am slightly against them using the exact same intro voiceover.
Yeah.
Like I feel,
and you know what? Just for nostalgia reasons, I wish they would just keep with, because this is supposed to be before Kirk, right?
Yes.
I wish they would just keep that little line to boldly go where no man has gone before, right?
Okay.
Instead of where no one has gone before. Or do they actually say that?
I don't know which way they say it, to be honest.
I'm gonna have to check again.
Because the old standard was no man has gone before, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if the new one. I've heard it, but I guess I didn't pay attention. So
yeah,
either way, you could be correct. I feel like,
but you know what? I mean, I did find some really odd, or just some weirdness in the first episode. I'm not saying I hated it. I'm definitely not saying that. I just thought some of the stuff in the first episode was just rather odd.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is Strange New Worlds.
Like Spock with the, when he's checking going over the eye scan thing. Then again, you know what? If you guys haven't seen it yet, then
don't go too much into it. But like,
okay.
So for
you're not going to ruin it because I'm kind of new Star Trek.
But I just don't want to spoil it for anybody if you guys haven't seen it yet. So.
Yeah. So I will say that it might be a minor prerequisite to watch at least the first 2 seasons of Discovery before watching this, because it does predate and lead into this. And I'll say that the first 2 seasons of Discovery are the ones you want to stick with. Technically, 3 is and I have not seen 4 at all. But 3 is too much and too different in. If you're going to say Strange New Worlds, really, season 3 of Discovery is all about that, realistically. But,
no. I mean, I get that.
I'm just saying for everyone. I'm saying this for everyone because you and I have seen it. But I will say,
I couldn't get past season 2. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine because I even told Sean Sean when he was interested in it. This is a whole discussion we've been having in our chat. I told him, it's like, because he started Strange New Worlds because he likes Trek, but he had never heard of Discovery, and apparently has never heard of Enterprise. So I told him, I was like, okay, if you want to go in.
Who is this that you're saying didn't know this?
Our Sean Love friend has never seen.
Did not know about Enterprise?
How did you miss that conversation? That was like Thursday.
Was that when y'all had like 5,000 conversations?
That was Friday. That was Friday. Okay, so back to comments real quick. So Will also commented on that discussion. It says, okay, long comment incoming. Well, I figured that, Will, by all the words. All right, so Mike is being a contrarian as far as MoonKnight goes. I've been that guy too, but for me, it's Bayverse Transformer movies. He has so much knowledge from the comics that a certain expectation is built mentally before ever consuming the show. To your point, does fandom expectation ruin shows and movies? In his opinion, yes. We do it to ourselves and then blame whomever was in charge of it for not making something that matches our headcanon. Transformers movies did the same for me. It was never going to be what I wanted, so it must be Bay's fault or the studio's fault. At the end of the day, the best thing for me to do, that's him, was to discontinue watching the movies, which I guarantee you is made your life better because it's the fucking Bayverse. Knowledge, yeah. So, so on the inverse, I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of Marvel or DC, so I find it easier to enjoy what I watch, and I can go and read up on characters and stories later on. I think the thing people don't think about in our Geekosystem, fucking fantastic.
That's a nice word. I like
that's
that.
a good word, Will. We're using that from now on. We're stealing that.
Kudos to you, Will.
Yes.
How about that's going to be in the show title?
Shit.
We're going to challenge SHOKY for that to be in the show title.
Shit. Is that shit? Somebody probably already has it. Let's be honest. Is that the studios want to make money on the properties they adapt, and that means concessions need to be made to get the widest audiences and the most money back. If no one watches these films and shows that it means the possibility of something that is more nerdy and fan servicey will never happen. There might be a word missing there. But no, he's right. I mean, they do have to develop these shows and or movies for a wide audience who doesn't know 20 years of comic book history.
Yes, that is very true. But pulling that response onto his Transformer movies, nobody in this fucking world wanted Murder Prime, and he still fucking put it in that movie.
That's
so
true.
Fuck that shit.
That I absolutely agree with. I agree with that part.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that Michael Bay never took any fan criticism to heart. He never bothered with any.
He's like, I'm doing it my way, and that's that.
Yeah, he had.
I'm Michael Bay. I know what I'm doing
because I love flames on a truck.
Yeah, and he took zero concept of G1 before ever starting anything. His kids like Transformers, roughly, if I remember correctly, and like. He didn't bother with canon at all. He basically just made his own shit with the same names on it. And I'm not going to lie, I'm okay with the first three. The first one specifically, even two, is the best in my opinion. But after three, once they get into the Marky Mark verse.
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
They literally are rewriting canon with every fucking story. And don't get me wrong, I'm not counting Bumblebee. And
those Dinobots are fucking trash. Fuck Michael Bay for doing that.
The way they were treated, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
Grimlock going from being enslaved and a prisoner to being enslaved and a prisoner.
He turned Grimlock into Silver for fucking the Lone Ranger, dude. It was fucking crazy.
Well, he took little bits and pieces of episodes, like old episodes, and he basically mushed them all together into a movie that hopefully was good.
And most of them weren't. Me and my buddy Nick.
And I don't like the designs. I agree.
I agree.
It's like
with
somebody
part of
put
that.
a bunch of nuts and bolts in a blender and put it on frappe.
Yeah, I agree that it looks like a bunch of hunks of metal basically slapping against each other the whole time.
I watched a like a documentary type thing on it, and I get what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because he made not a demand, but like his rules for the design team was if I'm looking at that robot, every single part that's showing in that robot needs to be a part of that truck.
No.
Like when it transforms, it has to make sense. Like Like,
And I agree with that.
because the G1 cartoon absolutely is like weird shit, like the pocket dimensions with the trailer, like everything just disappears and shit like that.
Yep.
And it shifts into something different. And so it doesn't make sense mechanically.
Or
But
Megatron
he
turning
wanted
into
it
a
to be,
handheld gun.
yeah, like he wanted it to be, if you see a piece move in his space, if you look closely enough, that's part of the steering column or something.
Now
Like he wanted it to
I'm not
make fucking
against
sense.
I'm not against
Plus,
that
on
idea.
top of that, he totally expressed that they have to look alien looking, right?
Yeah, like,
Which
and
I
if you look at
understand
them,
because
they all
let's
look the
face
fucking
it,
same.
yeah, they're from a different planet,
Well-
and I get that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was so much out of character with
It's so far out. Like and I've argued this for a long time that the modern versions of Optimus Prime are worse than any version of Megatron that's ever existed. He becomes tyrannical. He becomes actually kind of a staunch nationalist if we're really going there. Like he really becomes, I'm gonna win at all costs. Fuck you because it's you. And that is not what Optimus Prime
Like in
was
the Mark
about.
Wahlberg one.
Yeah.
What was it? Which one was it? Was the dinosaur one? I think it was one of those where he's like,
Age
and
of
if the humans
Extinction.
get in the way, I'll kill them too. I'm like, what the fuck? As soon as he said,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Right?
it's right.
All the way to fuck out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like he
Yeah.
became a weird, almost a. I was gonna say dictator,
It's
but
not
no.
even anti-hero. It's like a total flip.
Well, the reason I came up with this is because the funny thing is he wrote it to where Megatron is trying any way possible to save their home world that's dying, and Optimus is only opposing Megatron. That's his only goal. Not save Cybertron, not save the Cybertronian race. Oppose Megatron regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
And that's
like, I love what
fucked.
IDW did with this story. Like,
Yes.
he was all staunch and, the hero's hero because he was a cop. He started out as a cop, and it just carries over. He had that, like, authoritative figure type being.
But
And
justice
Megatron was just an
also.
Megatron was an oppressed slave that was just trying to fight back against the
100%.
hierarchy.
100%, yes.
And dude, it was amazing. And then even at the end, I know a lot of people didn't like it all, but at one point in time, Megatron actually joins the Autobots. He gives up on being a Decepticon. Now they flip it later and all that shit.
In
But
new IDW,
it was
definitely.
cool. Yeah, it was cool to see them interacting with each other because Optimus finally understood where he was coming from, and Megatron was able to get past the I must destroy it to break it. It was just more I had to change it to break it.
Well,
So I thought that was a cool concept. But Michael Bay's like, fuck it. Have Megatron destroying shit, have Optimus kill fucking everybody.
It didn't matter.
Give Devastator big old metal balls and make him look like a stupid fucking idiot.
Hold on. The scrotum of the enemy is still one of the. I will say,
Because
I laughed way too hard at that.
Robots have scrotums.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I did not laugh
laughed.
at it because he looked fucking stupid. I was already pissed as soon as they showed like it took 18 fucking cars to become Devastator all of a sudden.
Or more.
And they had the fucking the big maul, the death blades in his mouth. I was like, this is fucking dumb. Because he's my second favorite combiner behind Minosaur, and they fucking pooched the hell out of him.
Well, let's be honest here. There was no real way how that thing was sucking up stuff and chopping it. That never made sense.
No, I know, right?
The fact they had to call in Devastator,
this
fine.
is kind of what I was getting at with canon originally, right? It's like when you just
I have a comment
shit
about
on what came before.
Yes,
it just ruins. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Well,
but that's not quite the same. You're taking that as me saying I dislike that to me, and I agree with what I don't mind changes as long as the core concept, the spirit of it, still stays the same.
Yes,
and you don't make a change that's unnecessary just to make it.
Okay,
like I had this talk with the wife. I was telling her, I was like, I've got no problem with the LGBTQ plus MOP. I'm bad with it, guys. I apologize. But I have no problem. I have no problem with those characters being represented. I have no problem with female characters being represented. My problem is when you take something that I already know that exists and try to change it to one of those things. Make a gay character, make a lesbian character, make a superpowered female, but don't take Batman and make them into that. Don't take
No, exactly.
Superman.
Well,
Precisely,
yeah,
right?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
They're already established.
Unless
make your own character, and I'll be fine with that. I have no problem.
That's right.
That shit.
And if it stands in the house of ideas, then great.
okay, I do.
Super.
I have one point to say to the gender swapping thing. The only time I really find it completely acceptable, well, other than the fact that, sometimes they do make it work and it's fine, when you gender swap everyone. Like there's a DC universe at least in a dark multiverse where every single character is gender swapped. So that's how we get the Drowned, which is one of the cooler dark Batman figures, and it's Bryce Wayne, who was with
it's Aquaman.
No. What I'm saying, well, yes, but after the fact. Well, no, because there was an Aqua Woman, technically speaking, and there was Mira as well. Oddly enough, Mira wasn't.
Was there an Aqua Woman?
There was.
In this planet where she's from.
If you read everything, if you read the Drowned's history from the DC Metals original run, it's pretty cool because it's Sylvester Kyle. That's right. So there's Sylvester Kyle, who was Catman, and then there's Bryce Wayne, who's Batwoman. Now obviously there's not a separate Batwoman in this universe. Sylvester Kyle is killed by either Mira or Aqua Woman. For some reason, Mira is still Mira. I guess I have to reread it. It's been a while. So in my mind, if you're gender swapping everyone, like literally the entire universe, everyone is literally just swapped. So you get Superwoman, and then Wonder Man. Yeah, but see, that's what I got to remember, because that's the crazy part between whether or not Mira and Aquaman were technically switched. So the Aquaman would have been whatever the Mira character was, if you catch my drift.
Right.
So there would have been an Aqua Woman who would be replacing Mira, and Mira would be swapping as a male into Aquaman. So there's
that's kind of
you know what I'm saying?
Shitty that they didn't.
Well,
you see what I did there?
Yeah,
because Amanda Heard.
Yes. Thank you. I will say Amanda Heard looks better with the Mira hair than her actual hair.
Fantastic, Ricky.
There's nothing to see. So hold on, we do have a comment about canon.
Oh yeah, let's get back to the comments, because I know that wasn't all of Will's.
No. Well, no, that was all of Will's comment. I read all the way through Will's comment. That was everything there. So I'm not reading my replies to it because we are replying. So okay, this is from Snaggle Fricklepuss, who is apparently a Mike fan. I don't know if this is one of Mike's subscribers from his particular channel, but I posted this in the chat. All I hear two guys bashing one guy for having a different opinion that he can barely get out and explain. At least
they must have been talking about the Chinese episode.
Nope, they're talking about the MoonKnight episode. At least Mike wants to stay close to canon. Steven is a rich dude. Mark is the warrior. Scarlet Scarab. That's two hard words right next to each other. Was a dude and a bad guy, not a gender swapped hero. Marvel has plenty of stories that made the comics great, and it was a great for a reason. Sorry, I misread that, but you got my point. To tamper with the recipe invites a spoiled dish. This is why Marvel is not doing great. It would see SHOKY and Rikki are more of the consume mentality. MoonKnight was drab, boring, and woman saved man again, with man hardly...
Hold on, I'm gonna call out that bullshit. He ain't been listening if he thinks I'm a consume mentality. Yes. That ain't true at all.
I get it. Yeah, but let me finish reading this because it continues. MoonKnight was drab, boring, and woman saved man again, with man hardly being the hero or problem solver. Right? True fans are supposed to be the gatekeepers of the stories we hold dear in Hollywood, who say they are fans. They never have. Treat the materials like garbage and don't appreciate the creator's creations, so certain messages can be spread. I'm not gonna... That part, actually, yes, I would agree with you on that. Anime, at least, respects the manga creators. Not always.
Not always.
Yep.
I even know that.
I was going to say, you're the one to talk,
mostly,
yes.
I would say.
Yeah, mostly, but sometimes they just say, fuck you. Okay, Full Metal Alchemist.
Look, this whole long thing, all Mike heard was I was right.
Yes. He actually never said Mike was right. He mostly just said that we were mean to Mike. Okay, so here in North America,
fuck you,
it's the
Mike.
complete opposite. So what he's saying is in Japan, they follow canon, as it were. But also in Japan, they write one manga essentially, and then
again, he did say they respect the creators,
yes,
the manga creators.
Which
But they still change
that's also
stuff, 'cause even I know
debatable.
that- Hey, even without being weebs like you two, even I know Death Note the cartoon does not directly follow Death Note the manga. So even I know
there
that.
are certain instances, yeah, I would have to agree that
there's adaptations for
let's
sure.
say, for example, Akira the movie, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie was completed before the manga was even finished, right?
So they Game of Thrones that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, at least Otomo, gave his blessing and said, "Okay, yeah, finish it this way," before he had the chance to finish the manga.
Yeah.
And
Dragon Ball
Death
Super
Note,
did.
yeah, there are certain variations and whatnot.
Well, look at
Gurren Lagann was even the anime was finished before the company went out of business, before the manga was even finished. So
you did mention that before, yeah. Oh, hey, one of our subscribers has a Naimiya tank top. So one of our fans just literally just now sent me a picture of her wearing our tank top.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Put it in the Discord because I didn't even know we had tank tops.
Yeah, of course we do. We got all kinds of shit.
Wait, what do you think? I want to buy our own merch? What am I, a fucking tool drinking out of a Naimiya coffee cup? Get out of here.
I'm trying to download the picture. It's giving me.
Why was I not informed?
I've mentioned our merch store plenty of times, which is linked in the description down below. All right, so
one of the 5,000.
Okay, so
our merch is right below any discussion notes we have. It literally says buy merch here. Okay, so here's the thing.
Or little Rikki can't get one single link in there.
Well, you will after this because I did legitimately forget last week. I'm sorry. I will add the Facebook thing for NRR. It's fine.
No,
anyways,
I mean,
hold on, Mike. I was gonna read.
Okay, go for it.
So I've replied to most of these comments, but I did want to reply to this one very specifically.
Quick disclaimer: SHOKY does not speak for all of us. So
no.
He responds to you. Don't believe that I'm gonna respond the same way.
Just know that.
I'm sticking myself in there as well.
Yeah, just know that if the reply is coming to you in the comments, it's directly from me. So.
Yep.
All right. So
if it says Rikki Bischoff, that's me.
Yeah. So, well, if you actually replied to the comments as you read them through
I think I
being
did
a
reply to
subscriber,
one comment one time.
You might have replied to Will once, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I replied, and this is 100% me. So disclaimer. I said, "Oh no, someone modified a character from the original source." Which source? What gets to be canon? Which storyline, era, or artist? You're pulling from decades of jumbled stories. If you don't like the version that they wrote, cool. Jog on. If you don't mind the changes and can be happy with what you're given, cool. You win too. But the defense of it's not like the comics is completely done in this era unless there's just a single run of a character ever, because you'll never please everyone in holding to something as stupid as standard as old canon, and that will only guarantee your own unhappiness. If something is
okay, well, first off,
hold on, let me finish.
Fuck, you typed this dude a fucking book. I'm sorry, Will.
That's one sentence, by the way. That's one sentence.
I would have just
hold on.
That's a run-on sentence.
It wasn't actually a run-on.
I would have just said you're wrong and left it at that. See,
I didn't have to reply at all, according to Bobby. But let me finish reading here. Hold on, let me finish. If something is objectively bad, like Eternals, hold that standard. Like if it's a movie or a TV show that is actually objectively bad, like it's shot worth of shit, it's not written well, the acting sucks, that's a standard to hold to. 100%, always. And as someone who reviews things, it's a little bit different from someone who just consumes things. And I actually completely realize this. It's a discussion I actually had with Bobby the other day. Otherwise, letting something stand on its own merit and not the ever-shifting sands of comic book canon. So the idea that you want to hold something to a comic book canon. Okay, once again, which canon? Which run of the comics?
That's okay. Going with what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Let me jump in real quick. Sure. I'm gonna use Mike and MoonKnight And Will, this is strictly for you. First of all, Mike, you're wrong. You're a stupid, dumb idiot for your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes, dumb, stupid
but
Mike.
all
Yes.
jokes aside, is Mike's era of the comic reading was what, the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
That Moon Knight is different than the Moon Knight from the late 90s, early 2000s. That Moon Knight is different from the mid 2000s to the 2010s. Like, where they reboot comics constantly and change it. The only thing that stays the same is the names and the general concept that Mark Spector was a mercenary and that he died and that an Egyptian god brought him back as his spirit of vengeance. Those are the only things that stay the same through all of those. The Mark Spector in the 90s is not the same Mark Spector from the 80s.
No, it
So
isn't.
at what point, go to Shoki's point, at which part of that timeline are you jumping in and saying this is the definitive Moon Knight and anything else is just wrong?
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
But
you know what?
But
If-
that's an
I
actual
mean,
question, though. That is a real question.
If you do something like that, then I would say, you know what? If you're telling an origin of a character, then go right to the beginning of the source material, right?
But that's what I'm
Which would
saying is
be-
every one of those had their own origin
No, no,
story. The
and-
main
and I
where you
get
had the
that, I
black
get that,
outfit
right?
and the white cloak had a different
yes.
origin story than the
No,
old
no,
school
I-
all white.
And I understand where you're coming from, right? All I'm saying is, you know what? Why not just take it from the very beginning, right? Where the writers originally came up with the character and the design and stuff like that. Start from there, right? And then over time or over seasons, evolve the character to say, include Mr. Knight and so on and so forth.
But
right?
what if
Instead
that
of just-
origin is different from that? Then you're going to start blending stories to begin
Well,
with, right?
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying is-
then you're
is-
going to run into
what-
problems. I think personally myself.
What I'm
right?
saying is it's a concept that kind of leeches off of Bobby's had a talk about Beast Wars. Like, I don't like Beast Wars. It's got a cool story, but it's not my Transformers. Hashtag not my Transformers.
Exactly.
But he said something at the end of the thing. He's like, we all got to remember that Beast Wars is somebody's G1. That's when they stepped into Transformers, and that's what made them love Transformers. So I can't say that they're wrong for liking it. And their idea of what Transformers are starts from Beast Wars. So when you're telling me that Moon Knight needs to be from the original 77 or 78 origin story of Mark Spector and all that shit, then the guy who didn't start reading Moon Knight till the 90s, and he had a whole different origin story of Mark Spector's, he's never going to agree with you. He's never going to say that that was the origin.
And I totally agree with that. What I'm
Well, I do
trying to articulate
I do have a question, just to interrupt you, Mike.
Sure.
Which would be your definitive Moon Knight? Like, legitimately, what run would
He's
be?
already said
No,
the
no,
original.
no,
He's
I
already
want-
said that.
Well, yes, original,
Well,
but I don't know what
that's
that
what I'm saying.
means. That's what
Let's
I
start
don't know
from
what
the
that
beginning
means.
because that's the origin. That's the beginning, right? So to me, and I will admit I have not read every Moon Knight comic, right?
Which
So,
nobody
because
expects.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
It's a lot of issues to read, right? But
Although
that's what
I
I'm
have read
also
all
saying.
Batman.
That's what I'm also saying. Over the seasons, let's bring in what happened over the years, right? Because you're telling the entire story of the character, all the changes that he's gone through, blah, 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 instead of taking everything from all those years and jam packing it into 6 episodes.
Now, I
It's awkward.
Okay, but
I
what
agree.
I'm-
I agree
what
with
I'm-
that
what
part
I'm-
to a degree.
I agree
So-
with the general outline of what you're saying. But what
See, and this is
for
what I was
my-
trying to articulate like last week, right?
Yeah.
Trying to jam pack it all in. I mean, let's say, okay, so you got the 80s, you got the 90s, you got the early 2000s and 2010s, right? That's 40 years to jam pack into 6 freaking episodes.
Yeah, but they
They
didn't
do it with
cram.
Batman.
A
Every
lot
time
of
they-
information.
Every
But-
time they make a Batman movie, they take 80 years of Batman and jam it into 2 hours. What's your
Well,
point? It's going to
Well,
happen.
see, then again, we've had so many Batman movies that like everybody knows Batman at this point.
Mhm.
You already know what caused him to become Batman, right? The murder of his parents, right? So the fundamentals of already because of
Okay.
all the cartoons that have been out, all the movies that have been out, all the TV shows that have been out, all the comic books that have been out, yada yada yada, right? But a lesser known figure such as Moon Knight that not everybody knows about, right?
Night.
But they gave you the. But you're saying that because we know the fundamentals of Batman, it's fine to do what you want to it. Well, we know the fundamentals of Moon Knight.
No.
because
I
they
wouldn't say
told you
do what you
episode.
want to it, right? Because I mean, again, like say Bayverse Transformers, you start changing things, or if it's out of character, well, then you're not exactly getting.
But that's where you step
But-
way. But hold on.
What you expect say
that's way
Optimus
left
to
field.
be, right? Is like, well, that's not Optimus. He
But,
wouldn't.
that
act like
is
that.
the
right?
extreme. Let's be honest here. Let's be
And
that's
Moon
that's
Knight-
very much the
Moon Knight-
extreme.
Moon Knight's not far from the source material. He was still a mercenary. He
No,
still died doing
exactly.
mercenary.
It's not too far. It's just like I was trying to say. Like,
Hold on, y'all are
it's an
talking over.
awful lot to jam in.
Well, okay.
Oh no,
look,
I'm purposely at this point. I'm purposely
My
just jumping in
personal
and
experience, right? Your personal experience may differ, obviously, which it did, right?
Mhm.
But to me, that have been, that's been reading it for,
2
a
minutes.
bit longer.
But let me give you as
I'm
a
just fucking with
as
you.
a
all I'm saying.
as a fellow comic guy.
segue.
As a fellow comic guy, Mike, what
That
I'm trying to
wasn't
tell
the
you is
segue.
think of the show as just a new reboot of the comic.
It's
Like,
its own.
not
It's its own
the same-
canon.
It's not the same.
Look at it that way
guy.
because the comics is 616 and the MCU is like, what was it?
19999.
19999.
Well, first of all, they can make up whatever number they want to. They can next week tell you that all these are happening on World 34682. It doesn't fucking that part doesn't matter.
It's a different part of the whole multiverse. I can accept that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Instead of looking at it from the 616 perspective. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well,
Even
know-
616, you can't hold that to written in stone because even in comics they reboot that every 20 years
But what
or
I'm
so.
saying is in the vast multiverse of everything,
multiverse.
Mhm.
I can let certain things slide
Okay.
Mhm.
to what I've been used to from the comics as
Mhm.
canon.
Okay. So, question.
So this Moon Knight is not 616. Do you like it?
Actually,
I'm okay with it.
hold on.
Okay, good. Then
Let's go over a question.
I'm okay with it.
But
Then
not.
it's on 8675309. So there you go. How you like the show?
Why is
Well, I win.
that not a
Wrong.
universe? Okay. Anyways, hold on. Let me ask you this, Mike, because we actually did not get it into all our bullying last week.
Yes, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not done with you
Hold
yet,
on.
Canada boy.
Hold on, hush, Ricky. Let me ask Mike this question. So once again, I don't want to bully you because apparently we were bullying you last week.
Oh,
What-
I want to bully you.
Shut
Fuck that
up.
shit.
What lay out exactly what you did like? Because you said you liked Moon Knight, but you had this laundry list of problems.
Okay.
What did you
Well,
actually
alright.
like? Let me just let you have the floor.
So what I did, like, I can't believe we're rehashing this all over again.
Well, no, it's
Anyway,
not rehashing because we
okay,
actually
what
didn't
I
let you say
did
it.
actually like about
You
Moon
should be
Knight.
cut out
First
in
of all,
Ricky,
like I said
shut up.
before,
Dude.
Like it, like I said before, I do like Oscar Isaac's acting
Okay.
in this.
Absolutely.
He's really good. I do like Oscar Isaac, right? So, I am fine with his whole portrayal of, say, Mark and you know what? And the fact that I actually do get to see Moon Knight on screen. That's, great.
Yes.
So,
Right.
I'm gonna set one limitation to you.
Oh no!
No.
No! If I can't,
No, listen.
You ask me what I like, and
No,
I'm telling you what
I
like.
want to know what you like, but there's the
No,
only limitation.
shut up.
There's the
No,
only
it's
limitation.
not.
Don't
No,
use.
shut up.
Don't
No
say the
limitation.
word "but."
No.
Do not say the word "but" in telling us
Ethan
what you
Hawke
like.
Made a really good, made a particularly okay villain, right? You know what? The one thing that kind of bugged me is like, why is he putting the glass in his shoes? You never find out.
It's a punishment. It's actually a ritual thing.
Whatever.
It's like the albino guy. And
It's meant to be a ritual.
I suppose.
It's subtext. Because you hear the glass the whole time he walks. Every single step you hear the crunching of the glass.
Yeah, I know.
It's to give him pain as he's moving.
Yes,
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's
but
a
it's like,
self-punishment
give me a
every
little
day,
bit more
all day
exposition
long.
on that, Anyway, whatever.
It's a show, not
you know,
tell.
the effects.
Did you
that
say
they
but?
did-
Did you say but?
But
You said but. Don't say but. Because
Mhm.
everything said before the word but means nothing. So continue your
yeah.
thoughts without saying the word but.
The effects were good. I'll give it that. with Khonshu
What about the transformation?
and
Shut up, Shoki.
I'm
that
asking.
was pretty good.
There you go.
I
There you
was rather impressed. So, good effects on the costume change. So
I like the glowing eyes. I like the proper glowing
that
eyes
is,
thing.
you know what? Finally, a nice touch to actually see something like that instead of like
That's
just
a total fan service nod to the comics.
It is.
it is.
It is.
It is.
But
I
it was,
loved it.
and
You
it
know,
was cool.
and that's probably what we need more, a little more fan service, right? So, so
Yes and no.
well, I mean,
Yes
look at
and-
Ghostbusters
yes and no.
Afterlife. Pure fan service. That was an awesome movie.
Pure
haven't watched it yet.
pure fan service is just diabetes. You have to cut it with a little bit of something.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Yes.
I like my diabetes with extra sugar.
Exactly.
Diabetes.
So if you give something that's really close to solid fan service, it's just saccharin. So it's overly sweet, but it's not quite full diabetes.
So I'm
It's just
so my
it's just liver
takeaway
cancer.
My takeaway is if you
Hey.
picture it being in a different world, you enjoyed it. So then when you think about it and talk about it, just picture it being on a different world, because they're the ones who said it's in 616 or whatever, and they just said it in the movie that just came out, so it has nothing to do. Nobody in that show said we're on Earth 616. Nobody in that show said
Because
that
no
shit.
one.
So
to be
you can just
fair,
put
no
it
one
on
knows
but
that.
in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, right? That
Yeah.
was expressed, but
What I
that's
said in the movie
totally
that
bogus.
just came out.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, it's something they made up. That is fan service. That
Yes,
is dick sucking
that.
from us fans. Oh my God, did you hear that? He said 616. Well, you know what that is? We're on Earth 616. Holy fuck!
Yay!
Get the fuck out of here with that silly shit. That's dumb. That's dumb fan service.
Yeah, they
The
should not
fan
have done that.
service-
I agree 100%. Throwing that out there because they did it in Spider-Man Far From Home with Mysterio, and he was lying, which means he came up with some bullshit that was quote unquote true. So if the 9-8 or 8-9-8 whatever the fucking other universe was,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter if
9/18
they
or something like
whatever
that.
it doesn't 838 is what it was 838.
1999, and you always get a Prince song.
It was 838. Either way, if they had said that any other universe was 616, or if they wanted to call us the 199999 universe, as why they didn't do that. Either way, we're not talking about Multiverse of Madness. But the point is, if they didn't claim that it was 616, which we all know what that's meant to be, if you're a comic book nerd, I can't fucking talk. Sorry.
Comic book.
I'm not actually drunk that much anymore. The water is helping. It's just I'm talking too fast. Either way, the point is, if they hadn't said that twice now, which you get one more, Marvel, you get the rule of threes, you get one more. Yeah. But either way, leaving that aside, but the whole point of the thing was, especially with the comment back, was if you're holding it to an impossible standard, such as Mike with his 80s version of Moon Knight, you can't be happy with something that is based off of any number of versions. Like if they're pulling from the Asylum story, if they're pulling from a particular run from 1999 written by Jim Lee, I don't know, I'm just throwing shit out there, for this one scene or this one aspect of the character, and then they throw it together in this TV show. How do you reconcile that with your I know everything canon in your head? You can't. You're always going to be upset somewhere. But that's where the more neutral people, like myself, who has no history with Moon Knight, can just enjoy what I've been given. Much like with all of the Marvel stuff. Like outside... hold on, sorry, I'm burping. Outside of the Avengers cartoon, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which was a pretty decent cartoon, not gonna lie, I don't have much reference at all for Avengers canon. And that was very much based off of the Iron Man and Avengers movies. And then just did their own thing. So for me, being kind of a comic book nerd, much like Mike isn't very familiar with DC, I'm not super familiar with Marvel in the actual comics. So for me, it's turn brain off, base it off of what I actually know, or allow someone else's outside opinion, such as any of these other guys who review these things for a living on YouTube, who tell me what's different from the comic books and give me said information, and then I base my thoughts off of that. But like Miss Shoki, who has no fucking clue about any of this whatsoever, just says good movie, bad movie, good TV show, bad TV show. And in my way, I envy anyone who has that neutrality. Because they get the real experience. They get the real experience, unlike us. So, like, me with limited knowledge, you with a lot of knowledge, Rikki with different knowledge, very different experiences. And it's a hard...
First of all, fuck you. I don't like how you downplayed my knowledge. You're like, you with a lot of knowledge, me with a lot of knowledge, Rikki with...
No, I said me with no knowledge, Mike with a lot of knowledge, you with different knowledge, because... I said different. I said different.
Our trio works.
Yeah, maybe we'll see about that.
We are the Triforce.
Either way, we have gone on about that. But
exactly.
I don't know about that. Which one of us is power?
I'll take knowledge.
Fuck you, Will. Either way. So, anyways, because we've been on this for a little bit, I do want to get through the comments on the newest.
There we go.
Yes.
Before they light me up, it's not knowledge; it's wisdom. It's the Triforce of wisdom.
It is Triforce of wisdom, Triforce of power, Triforce of.
I'm the aged one. I should be wisdom.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Anyway, you're the Triforce of geriatrics.
That's more like the Biforce.
Almost.
Okay, so we do
not
have
in the grave yet.
We have
Let's
more
get some
comments.
more comments. I like that because we didn't have a lot of stuff lined up for this week. Let's go through these comments.
I'm going through comments. So we do have comments on the Doctor Strange and the Culture of Censorship video. Once again,
don't tell us your titles because I don't remember that shit.
I pride myself on my titles. Fuck off. Anyways, so
you know what? Looking at the picture now, because I'm sorry, I'm just going through the discussion, and that's not a bad picture.
No, it's not.
That's a pretty good, damn good shirt there.
It is.
And I want my kickback. No.
Yeah, where's our money,
a whopping $2 on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
No joke. Like I don't even think I made $20 on the entire sales of most of that mug.
Paid for this, damn it!
I will like to remind my co-hosts it costs me $14 a month for all of you out there to listen to this. So when we talk about kickbacks, we talk about making enough money to pay for the podcast.
No, that's your problem. That was not agreed on when you signed us up. No.
I didn't sign anyone up.
Oh, that's your problem.
No one signed a contract. Hey, look, comments. Look, comments from people.
Right. You will do podcasts for free because that's what good workers do.
Rikki, you get our friendship. Our friendship is free, Rikki.
Oh God, I'm throwing up in my mouth right now.
One of these, your payment will eventually being able to talk to Sean. That's your payment.
That's my payment from him, not you.
Touche.
So,
shut up! I'm trying to read comments.
Whoever bought that tank top, thank you for buying that. That's cool. I'm glad you got it.
That is Laura. That's Laura. One of my. It doesn't have to make sense subscribers.
Well, thank you, Laura.
Looks comfortable. Thank you, Laura.
Very nice on you.
Oh, and shout out
our first subscriber to actually buy some of our merch. So we appreciate you.
Not true. We do have another subscriber who got our mug and was drinking out of it on Friday during my live stream.
Right. You mentioned that last week.
So someone else other than me.
Oh, you must be mentioning it to each other because I didn't hear about that shit.
Yeah. So someone other than me does have one of our mugs. So that's good too.
Yeah, you mentioned that last
week. That's good for them.
Yes,
I did
mention.
It's only doofy that you have one of our mugs. It's awesome that they have one of ours.
No, I have a lot of my own merch. Either way, so reading on. So in the Doctor Strange and the Culture of Censorship video that dropped today, Christine.
The Chinese one.
The Chinese one, yes. Christine replied, fellow Canadian with Mike up there.
Hey, real quick before you read the comment,
yes.
Will, you better go white knight my ass in that fucking Chinese one too, because these two fuckheads were berating the fuck out of me on that shit.
He may or may not have. We'll see.
You better white knight me in that one.
We have 3 comments. I'll read them accordingly. So from Christine, when control, and this is in quotes by the way, when control is more important than the basic amount of freedoms, then your culture is dead. She says, I completely agree with your statement, but, damn it, you lost me on the but. Seriously, anything said before the word but means nothing. Think about the way you structure your sentences when you're talking about things, but use that concept. Anything said before the word but doesn't matter.
Dear listeners, as a favor to me, so me and Mike can laugh, every time you type it out and you put the word but, just backspace it and write ass. Just write ass.
Yeah, either way.
Use your whole ass.
Hold on.
So SHOKY knows what you meant to put there, but we can laugh at it.
Shut up.
That's right.
Either way, so she continues. I completely agree with your statement, but fuck. All right, you don't see your own government is slowly taking more and more control based on one group's religious agenda rather than a person's basic human rights through their own beliefs. I'm very much aware of that, Christine. She meant to say but. Oh no, I'm wrong. Actually, no, it's just the way she structured the sentence. It says
Say
bit by bit. Sorry, it's just the way it was typed. Bit by bit, all the freedoms fought for in the last decades are starting to be diminished and will soon disappear if people aren't careful. I do believe she is somewhat correct on that. And it can happen anywhere. That is incredibly true.
Yeah,
because
look at
Canada has seen many of its so-called freedoms restricted
But they
thoroughly.
still have a
Oh, that's right,
Canadian
because she
culture.
is from Canada. So
She is from
yeah,
Canada.
They still
Yes.
have a Canadian culture. That was still my. I went back and listened to that again. Y'all still missed my point. I agreed with everything y'all were
No,
saying.
we
except
got
for
your
how you
point.
phrased it at the very beginning.
We did get your point. Either
Yes,
way,
because-
Jason Collier, who is actually, or it's two L's. I always forget. I say Collier. He's a long time.
Collier.
Collier.
Yeah, he's a,
Collier.
no, there's no thingy.
because it sounds kind of French, Collier.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
But he's a long time subscriber of the Shoki channel. He just says very informative. Thank you, Jason. I did not know you were subscribed. I appreciate that, buddy. He's been around a long
I actually
time.
talked to my wife about the Uyghur Muslim things. That was my takeaway.
What did she say about that?
She knew about it. I told you she listens to shit like that.
Yeah,
and-
so
and
she knew
watches
about it.
videos.
She
I
just like,
don't.
what, you didn't know
Yeah.
about that? Was
She
that her?
knows. She wasn't surprised by that. I didn't know.
No,
about
what
the
I'm saying
war
is her
in
reply to
Ukraine.
you was you didn't know about that.
No, she just went. Yeah, I'd heard about it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I just learned
It's
about
insane.
it. She's like, cool.
It's some crazy shit, man. All right, Will also. I feel
You
like
better be white knighting me, Will.
we'll see. I feel like with all the arguing, maybe the broader implications of China's censorship and how it could ultimately affect other countries got a little lost here. We did talk about that a little bit. We actually did. We did get into how they do affect other countries' stuff by their censorship. So yes, we did get lost in that by talking about the broader political implications of controlling culture within other countries.
And
but
and Mike brought up the Hollywood thing, so it did get brought
yeah,
up.
we did bring it up. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
He said, let's not lie to ourselves and pretend it can't happen here because America. No, we're definitely not pretending it doesn't happen here, Will. It is 100% a thing. And if you really dig into, and we're not a political podcast, but Mike and I are definitely up on a lot of the bullshit, and Rikki is vaguely aware of a lot of the bullshit as well.
I just don't care because it affect me and my kids.
Yes, it truly doesn't. But when it does, that's the problem.
That's what I have guns for. So.
Yes. Well, the problem is your guns sometimes don't solve these problems.
Oh, they do.
No, if it comes to your actual door, yes, I agree with you, and that's the way.
Other than that, I don't care.
I was about to
That's
say
not
that's the
saying
way it
it's
should
not
be
my
dealt
car.
with. I was about to say that's the way it should be dealt with, but no, that's not what I'm saying, FBI.
Some minutes later.
That's right.
So they're still being an asshole. Whether it's your asshole or Mike's asshole, they're both still assholes. It doesn't fucking matter how many assholes are in the situation. If you're an asshole, I'm gonna treat you like an asshole. If you're not an asshole, I'm not gonna treat you like you're an asshole.
We're gonna have
That's
to come
how-
up with some sort of butt plug title for this episode, I guess.
No, no,
No,
But
it's
I do-
definitely gonna be that
I do wanna-
ecosystem.
I do
one.
wanna
That
say
has to be
something.
working.
I do want to say something. Rikki,
Assholes of the ecosystem unite or something.
no,
So
Rikki, I do have.
who saw the Avatar 2 trailer?
Yes, on
Hated
that.
it.
I didn't get to say what I was going to say.
Who's
Go ahead,
ready
say what you're
for
That wasn't a non
who's ready
sequitur.
for alien sea monkeys?
Yeah. All right. What were you gonna say, Shoki?
I love you, Rikki,
Oh, that's
just
cool.
as you are.
I love you guys
But
too.
but only in the way that I don't specifically wish you any harm.
and
Uh,
purely in a plutonic sense. I don't play on that team, I'm sorry.
I love you guys in all ways possible except for Canadians.
That's
I
okay.
hate
He's
you.
Canadian Texan. I hate you. Okay, and with that, we will lead
All people
into.
the same. If I'm an asshole towards you, just know that means you did something. That's why my wife will tell you. She watches.
Yeah.
If I go asshole mode on somebody, the first thing she does is first she tries to calm me down. Then she goes, "What'd they do?" Because she knows I'm a reactionary person. I treat everybody equal to each other until you
Oh,
are.
we
an
know
asshole.
you're
Once you're an
reactionary.
asshole,
Okay,
Once you're an
Dennis
asshole-
Leary.
in my book, you're a fucking asshole, and I will fucking treat you like one for all time. I don't care. It's just how I am. And
Because he cares.
So speaking of treating people differently because of the color of their skin, Avatar 2 trailer.
Nobody said anything about colors of skin. You fucking racist. You're from Texas. You can't even say shit like that, dude.
I can say whatever I want.
cannot.
That's hence our much later conversation. Either way, so
Mhm.
yes, the Avatar 2 teaser trailer dropped last week, and it just looks like more blue cat people doing things on blue
Well, the
cat
first
people
movie
planet.
was fucking
Yeah.
stupid anyway. So
First
this one
movie
ain't
was
no better.
great.
And the first movie was fucking dumb.
Dude, it's Gone with the Wind in space.
Hold on. What did Will say? What did Will say? Say we were? You actually are. You're a consumer. That movie was fucking garbage.
Well, there's nothing to base it off of except itself, so it'd have to stand for itself.
Garbage.
It was not garbage.
Yeah, all right, so Avatar 2, real quick. When it came out, I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And I sent it to the Nerd Rage guys, and I
Yeah.
circled a picture because it's called Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
The Way of the Water.
I was like, God damn it, Bobby! I blame you for this one. You spoke it into existence with all your jokes. Avatar took you
You have to
serious
be
on
like
your
water.
Bruce Lee impression.
Oh, this has been in the plans. And
I actually said, Avatar
just
took
making
you
a joke.
serious on your Bruce Lee impressions because he always said that. Be like water, my friend. He always does that. Like
Yes,
in a joke.
be like water. Water goes in the
I was
jar,
like,
it becomes
man,
a jar.
this fucking Movie is gonna be dumb. The first one was dumb. They fuck with each other with their hairs, which just sounds stupid. They worship some fucking tree from Fern Gullies in the movie. Like that movie was fucking dumb.
I
dude.
agree that the
And
second
only
one will be dumb.
The only reason why that movie made so much money, because everybody goes like, it's like the biggest selling movie, blah, 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 fast, blah, blah. James Cameron was a fucking marketing genius. He released that movie like 75 fucking times over like a 3-year time span. And he did it right when 3D was becoming a big thing. It was the new hot shit. He made sure he released it in 3D. He released it in surround sound 3D. He released it in IMAX. He released it in IMAX 3D.
He didn't miss a beat.
Every fucking version you could have. So of course it made $1 billion fucking dollars. Because the price of the tickets now, it's like 100 people went and saw that movie, and he made $1 billion fucking dollars.
I don't know where you're seeing movies.
That movie's fucking stupid. That movie's dumb, stupid.
It's Gone with the Wind in space. Is really what it is.
No, it's Fern Gully in space.
No,
it is.
Well, I guess in some ways, yes, it is Fern Gully in
Look
space.
at the evil colonists taking away our land.
However,
that's exactly what it is.
But in Fern
right?
Gully, he didn't become a fairy at the end. He went back to being a normal human.
But
so therefore,
he
became a 10-foot-tall space fairy.
I guarantee you he's going to show up in his mech suit in this fucking movie too, walking around like fucking Terminator. No, that movie's dumb, Mac. Fucking dumb.
First of all, this is like way too late of a sequel.
It's only been fucking 12 years.
10
It hasn't been that long. I'm not saying
10 years. It's been 10.
But
okay.
But it's
I
not.
thought it was about 10, but yeah, okay, 12 years, yeah.
That movie doesn't need a sequel.
Hold on.
This is the same.
One of you hold on.
Eco garbage. This is the same eco garbage like the first movie, right? Don't burn down the forest. Don't cut down our trees. Now it's going to be like, don't pollute our waters. You know, it's going to be the same stupid friggin' Earth Day eco message, Captain Planet kind of crap. You know,
Hold
except
on.
now
Don't
they're going to be
throw Captain Planet in there as a negative thing. Captain Planet
I'll
is
throw
great.
Captain Planet in there. I'm sorry. Ted Turner, that friggin' cartoon sucked ass.
I want Captain Planet to come and save the day.
Oh my god.
Dude,
you need a fucking pet monkey and a heart ring, dude. Captain Planet was fucking awesome.
I don't think so.
I ain't gonna do
Captain Planet. Oh, come on.
I just laughed so hard I shit myself.
That's just me. This is my opinion.
Hold on, he's Canadian.
Your opinion is
Hold on, he's Canadian, Ricky.
That's right. We all live in the woods and in the snowy tundra. We've had enough of the planet and the ecosystem.
Oh my god. No, Mike, you're so wrong. Mike's like, just burn the world down.
Anyway, look, personal preferences,
I have to laugh at this one now.
So
Mike's like, I want to live in a glass bubble.
So, yeah,
on Mars.
so now we're going to get 10-foot-tall freaking sea monkeys. Ooh, yeah.
But the movie,
wow.
Yeah, we can agree on that. That movie's going to be stupid, dude. The first one was dumb, and not because of the Captain Planet stuff. That's all cool that they did that. It was just a dumb movie.
I will say
it was dumb. Half-horse deer people that fuck each other with their hair and fly around on pterodactyls.
Half-horse deer people. What the fuck is that description?
You're thinking of Sweet Tooth.
They're monkey cat people at best.
They had deer cat faces and
blue cat people. I don't know.
They're blue cat people with a little bit of monkey. Come on.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't give a fuck what they are. It was dumb.
They're the Na'vi.
They're blue space chupacabra.
Well, clearly Ricky does not subscribe to the Church of Awa.
First of all, that's one of the things I hate most about. They are not Na'vi. Na'vi is. Listen, that's Na'vi.
No. I'm very much glad to not have that version of Na'vi in this.
Fuck
that annoying little fucking fairy.
No, fuck you. Fuck you.
Have you
Fuck
seen?
you for saying
No,
that.
no, no. Have you
Yeah.
seen the game that is specifically about killing Navi because she's so annoying?
You're the worst. Navi's awesome. So, anyways, that's
Hey,
the real
listen.
Navi. I'm taking Mike's stance on that. They need to go to the original. They
Hey,
fucked up my
listen.
timeline because that's Navi.
Oh,
These
there
blue
you
things,
go.
Hey,
they can fuck off of that
listen.
shit. They
So
went
you're
straight
reverting to
Gully.
canon.
The fucking tree was the weeping willow grandma from Pocahontas. Like the movie is fucking dumb, dude. It is
Yeah.
fucking dumb,
I
and
like
they
it.
did not need
I like it.
sequel.
It's
I like
Gully
it.
in
Yeah.
space.
I don't.
mean, we
I
can all
don't think
be-
it needs
we
a
can all be
sequel.
wrong about
I don't
stuff.
think it needs any sequels. That's my stance.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
That was a
Never
no,
needed
no,
sequels.
And I agree with you, Shoki. Yeah, it doesn't need a sequel.
It was fine on
But-
its own. Never needed a sequel. All they had to
But we
do.
got one. We're gonna
Okay,
get one.
Hold on.
So
Do you know what the thing is though? Hold on. You want to talk about how fucked up they are? They're literally bringing back almost everyone who fucking died in this movie.
Yes.
The
Are they
military,
seriously?
the military
Yeah, 'cause
guys,
they're just
the military
they're just
guys
gonna-
are coming back.
they're just gonna plug the tail dicks into the computers and fucking download
Basically.
them into the fucking
So,
thing. And
no-
the
no
fucking
joke.
Fuck that stupid.
Without any irony, without any fucking joking, they are bringing back the Marine dude, Papa Dragon, as he was called
Oh
himself.
God.
He's
Fuck
coming.
off,
No,
film.
he's back, but as an avatar in that film,
Oh, of course.
along with his second in command. But not only that, they found a way to somehow bring back Grace, Sigourney Weaver's character, also, but not, in a way we don't know. That's just she is
So
part
she
of it
fucked the
somehow.
tree or something, didn't she? She part
Yeah,
of the
she
tree
downloaded it into the tree. So
Oh, okay. So of course, the
So
tree
then-
of the computer where you can make a backup of your mind,
well, that's
and then
that's how
somehow
he transferred.
mysteriously you get a brand new body
Yeah,
because
so now
reasons.
one of the blue
That's
things are
actually
gonna
what
plug
happened,
their
though.
hair. Now one of the
Oh.
blue people are gonna plug their hair dick into the tree, and then she'll be
Hair
able to.
dick. What about the
Yeah.
hair vaginas, Ricky?
the tree will birth her.
I just assume their dicks because they're phallic shaped. That's not my problem. It's theirs.
You don't know what
Yeah.
kind of
So-
opening the women have. You only see what happens with the
Yeah.
men.
I don't, and I don't assume. You're assuming they have vaginas, so you're pushing off your human body onto them. They might all have dicks that just go.
I'm
inside
sorry
each other.
that I
You
assumed-
their
I assumed a
Sexual
space
parts?
gender.
Yeah, you can't assume that shit.
What about the
Like, have you
avatars
ever watched-
though? The avatars are fake
Dumb.
technically, so what do they identify
okay.
as?
So anyway,
But either way, getting past
Dumb.
that, I do agree this movie's dumb. I don't agree that it'll be an ecological story like before. I think it's just
I
going to
do.
be a warring
I do.
situation.
It's going to be totally an ecological story.
I think it's gonna be another military operation. Is gonna come there
Yep.
and start poo-pooing in their
But
water.
I don't.
and they're
I
not
don't
gonna
think
like
they're
that.
going there for that reason. I think it's just a revenge story. I don't think it's going to be an ecological
so?
story.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
going to be a
I'm
revenge
thinking
gig.
it's going to be another mining thing where it ends up polluting the water, and
Yep.
and then of course all the Navi will come along on their little, they're all going to be space sea monkeys, and
No, they got to get on their pterodactyls and fly around.
They do have the
that-
pterodactyls,
well,
and they
that
have the
too,
water
but it's about
versions
the
as
water,
well.
remember? So they're going to be all
Nice.
become sea monkeys of some sort and battle the military and or corporation or / corporation,
Do
and
the stingrays
See,
also have the hair?
I
dick so they
think
can
this
plug
is
it in?
actually-
all the military / probably maybe white guys.
No, I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind as to what's really going to happen over the next couple
Okay,
sequels.
let's hear it.
What they never actually.
Did you say sequels?
What?
If they make more than one of these, I'm gonna come to Texas and fucking.
Dude,
choke
he
you.
literally has 5 sequels planned.
Oh my god!
I'm not
hopefully
joking.
it dies.
No, that's what I
Okay,
heard too.
so no, listen. What we never were told in the first movie is that this company / military situation
yeah,
is Wayland Yutani.
Oh god!
It's
Another
James
one.
Cameron. It's fucking James Cameron. They're going to eventually show that this is taking place in the Aliens universe in
Oh,
a different
God.
part of the galaxy, and we eventually get xenomorphs. We eventually get
The
xenomorphs.
mouthfuckers. The
No.
mouthfuckers.
It's gonna
They
happen.
plug their alien dicks in, so there's your penis and vagina analog.
I
The hair-
sincerely hope you are wrong about this.
It's coming.
He
Just
is.
watch.
He's
Just-
joking.
Just coming.
He's
Just
joking.
watch. It's coming. Think about the fucking mech
Because then in
workers.
part 6, the Terminator will pop up and kill everybody.
That's true. And it'll be a liquid Terminator. It'll be a liquid
So
metal
it's
Yeah.
Wayland
Terminator.
Corporation.
It's Wayland Yutani. Watch. It's going to be a thing.
You know what? Actually, believe it or not, the Wayland Corporation is also tied in with Blade Runner.
I know. I mentioned that when we talked about that weeks ago. I mentioned that is also technically in that universe.
That was mentioned like 50 years ago too, when like Blade Runner was out and running.
Are you still
50
here?
years
Because
ago.
you see them one of their signs like in the movie.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a quick break. I got to go see about the food situation, but let's take a few minute break.
Only if you tell her I said hi, baby.
I will tell her something. So everybody take a break for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Are you pausing?
Yes, I'm going to pause.
So we should. Oh man.
Hit the unpause button here. Is it going? Yes, it's going. Okay. Wow.
Did we finish all the comments and stuff? Like,
yeah, that was the
Yeah, we
last
did,
comment, actually. Yeah. That was just spin-off conversation from Mike's comment, which will be an extra episode this week. So if you feel like something was missing from that chunk, there is. So just wait till Friday. It'll be a thing. By the way, guys,
conversation.
Go ahead and hit us a like and a subscribe if you're going to do that on the YouTubes. I was going to say.
And hit that bell so you know when we do an episode.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was choking on phlegm. But also, if you are,
nowadays.
yeah, exactly. So if you guys are following us over on Podbean or any other podcast thing, make sure you hit that follow button so we can see that you are definitely following us. And we do have quite a lot of downloads. Actually, we have crested 300 downloads since the inception of this show. So thank you all. Nice. And we're reaching a lot of countries, as I read off earlier. So that's pretty cool. If you're from another country, hello. Welcome to whatever the fuck happens here.
Sorry, your country's so boring that we're your only entertainment.
Hey, some of them are actually like Nerd Rage and or Bobby followers, so they have more entertainment than just us.
Yeah, man. Don't be so racist.
My fellow Power Rangers.
Yeah, don't forget how many people signed up for us just off of the Zoom conversation. So
that's right, my fellow patrons. You know you enjoy listening to this, so. Again, give a like and give a subscribe and hit the notification bell, because if you don't, I don't wish unpleasant things on you. So
he had nowhere to go with that.
Horrible Brando fucking impersonation leads me into my Nerd Week.
Well,
there we go.
Well, the other thing, because I'm going to break your segue there, is I was going to tell people if they want to support the channel, they can also do so by buying merch in the link down below, so that Rikki knows that we can actually buy things. Be like Laura, buy some merch because she's really cool.
Right.
And,
I know you can buy things. I'm just not a fucking doof buying my own stuff. It's not
the
same thing.
I do, because I can buy it at a slight discount because it counts.
Like I said, doof.
Shut up. Either way, also...
You're tarnishing our brand, Rikki. God.
I bet you
Rikki doesn't support our show.
With days of the week fucking stitched into the fucking thing.
Don't make me go Donald Sutherland, pod people screech at you.
Yeah, just don't do that. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Mike will have to be muted for that to happen.
I will go full invasion of the body snatchers, Donald Sutherland.
By the way, fuck you. I'm wearing one of my own SHOKY shirts right now.
Like I said, fucking doof.
I'm wearing my Shut Up Coffee Machine shirt, which you can buy.
Oh my god!
If that's the case, then again, go to my store, buy my posters and stuff.
You can buy Mike's. You can also support Mike that way too.
And whatever Rikki has, go buy his stuff too, or find out where he cooks and eat all his stuff.
Hey, go buy Nerd Rage stuff, because I wear Nerd Rage stuff too, because I'm not a fucking doof and it's not my channel. So
well,
go buy some Nerd
Rikki
Rage
doesn't
stuff.
have his own merch, but I will make some Rikki merch just for the fuck of it.
And you know what? I will not buy it and I will not wear it. So fucking doof.
Find where
Rikki doesn't support our show. It's fine.
I don't. I support it with my awesomeness.
See,
and my total hatred and disregard of Mike. That's the only thing I'm here to support.
If we had a Patreon, Rikki wouldn't know what was on it.
All right, if we had a Patreon, bitch, I better be free.
I have no way to set that. You have to buy in, bitch.
No, well then I'm setting up the Patreon so you can buy in, bitch. You like to spend money on your own shit, so you can buy into it.
I won't have to because it's my Patreon.
I'm gonna pull this car over.
Don't make me pull this podcast over.
Podcast around.
Actually, I did. I paused it.
At the very beginning.
I did pause this podcast so I could go get some more water and or talk to the wife about it.
Yeah, because SHOKY doesn't let me and Mike go unsupervised.
That's right. Yeah.
So what?
SHOKY's a dictator.
That's right. If one of us leaves, he can keep recording, but no.
SHOKY's a peanut
he
potato.
leaves, then the fun is over.
No, the fun continued. It's just that not all the fun was recorded. Either way, Ricky said something about his week. I don't know why. Just fucking talk.
Segway. It's not just a motorized vehicle for lazy people.
Nice.
Do you know that the inventor
So-
of the Segway actually died on a Segway riding off a cliff?
He did.
And that's a segue to my segue, which is about us going into a segue about another part of the segue.
Apparently, he was also Canadian.
Yeah.
Segue inception.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Canadians are lazy.
Well, some of 'em.
Ooh, big words. You can contact Ricky specifically at Nerd Rage Radio on Facebook.
Reviews. You can contact SHOKY reviews.
You
Well,
can,
now I made it
hey,
awkward.
you can
I
can
mentioned
actually
SHOKY.
contact us and tell us exactly how wrong Ricky is about Canada at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at
That's right.
gmail.com.
Death threats
I
can
try to make
be
it
forwarded
super
there.
awkward.
Link down
Just,
below.
you know what? Just keep your death threats. Just go knock on Mike's door and tell him
Do
exactly.
not
what you think
make
about
me
it.
send my attack polar bear after you.
Send out his rabid beavers to attack
I
you.
will be riding all the way down the coastway, down to Florida, on my tamed walrus. So
Nice. I thought you were going with polar bears and say like the Golden Compass. You guys ride those motherfuckers? That's awesome.
yes, we do.
Also, he said Coastway. Is that even a word?
Good luck getting to my coastway.
I don't know,
motherfucker.
but it is now, and I'm using it. So damn it.
We're the dangling chain of the United States. You got to go all the way across through your buddies in Quebec and drive down that coastway to get to me.
Yeah,
I don't even know what all that meant. That just sounded like a bunch of words.
Yeah, I did, but I'll go with it.
It sound like English words, not French words. So.
Me
Yep,
and the
that's
flow,
right.
we ain't going with it.
No.
Ugh. So he did a Marlon Brando impersonation. It made me realize
Brando?
because when you pause this, yeah, I said Marlon Brando.
You said Brando.
No, I was stopping my chest. You heard weird.
I'm gonna rewind it.
It's Spandau Ballet. So,
So Ricky, how was your
Anyway.
ecosystem this week?
no, I live in a ecosystem. You can't use. You're misusing the term. I'm sorry. Was that Will who came up with that?
I
I'm
don't-
sorry. Whoever came up
Will
with that.
used it. I don't know if Will came up with it, but Will will get
Shogi
credit
does
for it.
not know how to properly use English words. So don't take that out on us.
It's
Buy
geek.
merch from him.
So
So you
anyway,
can-
your week.
I'm gonna
How
put it on
did
a
You look
shirt.
like a goof and say shit wrong.
Also, shout out to Nerd Rage for this past episode. Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
Jesus Christ,
awesome.
Bobby.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
inspiration. I went ahead and got drunk to go ahead and do the episode
Yeah.
to capture such greatness.
So-
So, you got
Were you
something in
talking-
Florida.
Yeah. So the he did a Marlon Brando and made me think of I watched the newest episode of The Offer. It's still awesome. It's still great. I still recommend anybody go watch it. That's good acting, and the fact that it's a historical drama, based on the making of The Godfather. It's really cool to see that kind of coming together. It's still a good show. Watch the new Halo. It's still shit. Master Chief popped his cherry. It's trash. I saw a meme. I think I sent it to you guys. It cracked me the fuck up. It's like when Master Chief loses his virginity before fans of the Halo franchise do, and now they no longer have any connection with him, and it shows like the angry, basement troll dweller nerd like breaking his gaming table. That shit was funny as hell.
That sounds fun. The fuck are these
That
things?
shit's hilarious. So that's still trash. I got in some stuff. I got in a friend of mine in the Rumble Collectors, Jose. Shout out to the Rumble Collectors, all you guys over there. I got in. He was selling off some stuff. I got Studio Cell Unicron in, and I got in the Magic Square Minosaur set. They're both good things. That Studio Cell was a bitch and a half to get finalized, and all because I did one stupid thing. I didn't fold one thing properly all the way down out of the way, and it was stopping me from closing the arms up. I almost chucked it into my pool yesterday because I was getting so mad and frustrated with it.
Ricky, I have a question.
Purple.
So you no. So you got all of those Stunticons, yes?
Yes.
And they're legend size?
Yep.
So would you say they combine into minuscule?
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, Michael Bay, don't try to change my Transformers.
Minuscule.
Still Minosaur. Still Minosaur.
You sore about being so short.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never had that issue, so I don't know. You guys tell me about it. What is it like to
Fucking
be
tall assholes.
short?
So Unicron chuck into the pool.
Yeah, almost chucked him in the pool. I was on a group chat with some of the guys from the realm talking, and one of the guys, Sam, I told him I was about to punt it into the fucking woods behind my house. He's like, "Well, punt it all the way up, punt it, and by punt it I mean put it in a box and into the woods, and by into the woods I mean to my house. I give you my address, so like if you look on, I made the post in Rumble Collectors of him. He's the guy who commented Sam in there. It's like drop it into a box and send it to me because I was going off on this damn thing. It was making me so mad. But I finally, I slept on it and I woke up and I went back and looked at it again and I noticed it was literally just one little panel I hadn't folded all the way out of the way was stopping the whole thing from coming together. As soon as I folded it out of the way, boom, it all went right together. Now it's in planet mode. Loving them. Good stuff. I got a while back. I have an unfinished cross. What is that noise?
Something on Mike's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
So-
that's my wife in the downstairs utility room. Sorry, I'll mute.
Okay. So I had a old cross tattoo on my arm, and I finally decided I wanted to get it covered up. So I reached out to Bobby over at Nerd Rage, Bobby Skullface, because he's an artist and he does fantastic work. I have a bunch of his artwork and stuff, and I like his style. Like it's G1, but it's not G1 to a fault. He kind of does a more aesthetically pleasing version of but it's you can tell it's based off of G1 looks and designs, but he cleans it up and makes it look nicer. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I want to get a commission from you. I want a one-off that I can have a sound wave tattoo. And he's like, well, shoot me some ideas. So I literally, like a doof, I took down my Masterpiece Soundwave and the MMC Ravage and the MMC Rumble. And I only call him Rumble because Bobby would be mad if I called him Frenzy, but it was the purple one. So I kind of set him up.
I call them both Frenzy Rumble.
Yeah, I called them the purple one Frenzy and the red one Rumble, but not for the same reason everybody else does. I don't care about the cartoon versus the toy release, which one was named what. Mine is just, it's easy to remember. Rumble is red. R and R. It's easy to fucking remember. I can never mess that up. So
I just go by if I'm referring to cartoon or toy version.
So Frenzy is for purple?
The toy version, it was Rumble was red. Frenzy was the purple one. In the cartoon, they reversed it.
Yep.
So,
but who is the key grip?
It doesn't matter. It's a stupid super nerd argument to argue over what their names is. But out of respect for the fact that Bobby calls him Rumble because of the cartoon and because he drew it for me, I'm going to refer to him as Rumble in this conversation. So I took the MMC Rumble and I kind of set them up in like a general pose. And then I had my wife take a picture with it sitting like in front of me. I put them on the table and then I sat down next to it so you could see how it'd be on my arm. I was like, something like this, this general pose. I was like, it's my left arm, so while I'm facing this way, I said, and just do that because Ravage is my favorite tape, and I wanted Rumble in there to represent the human-esque tapes as well. And I said, and he kept asking me. I was like, dude, I trust you. I said, I have faith in you. With your artistic capabilities, and I know you can do well, and I know you and I agree on a lot of aesthetics and how stuff should look. I said, you just run with it and come back to me, and we'll go from there. And he kept, he'd hit me up every once in a while, show me his progression on it, and he sent me the last one, and I'm actually using that as a tattoo. So I got my outline put in this week. I went a couple weeks ago and had my tattoo artist whited out my old tattoo. She went across it with white just to lighten it some because it'll help it fade into the background. And then I had to wait for that to heal. And I just went yesterday and had the whole outline put on. And she even put some of the red into it already. And I'm going to wait for it to heal. And then I'll be going back and getting the color put into it.
Hey,
so I'm really excited about it.
Would you share a picture of it for the Facebook page?
When it's finished.
Well, I was gonna say you didn't want to show any progress about it.
No, I'll be posting progress pictures and stuff once it's all finished. But
can I share them to our fans?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess
right.
Because they probably want to see it.
Only if Will white knights and saves my ass from you two mean motherfuckers picking on me all the time. If he does not white knight for me, then I
I
don't know
like
if
how
I want
you
to share
say
it.
that when you and I were the ones
Wah.
picking on Mike last week.
I wasn't picking on Mike. And last week it was not. It was you two versus me last week.
That was also the MoonKnight discussion.
Was that the same one? I don't know because you chop everything up into fucking little tidbits. I don't remember if it's the
No,
same
it
one.
was more
That was
like
all 1 week.
multiverse of madness kind of thing.
That was one
But
3.5
along the same
hour.
line.
That was one nearly
But
4 hour
anyways,
conversation.
so everybody knows I'm being sarcastic. I don't believe Mike and them were picking on me, and I don't believe we were picking on Mike. Everybody just needs to relax. This is 3 grown ass fucking nerds who get excited about stuff and talk about stuff and get heated about stuff. It'll be okay.
I mean,
We're still
Buffalo
friends.
wings.
We talk off of this thing, so it's okay.
And then Rikki touched me in a place.
But in my defense, he paid me and he told me specifically which place to touch, so it's okay.
Can't
So
cry.
I got
Can't
that.
cry if you paid him.
Yeah, he did because he said that was part of the deal. I had to like spank him. It was really weird, dude. Baby adult diapers got brought into it. It got really awkward, really
It's all
fast.
about the butthole.
Going out a whole new door. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Assuming all buttholes are brown.
all off of. Let's get off of assholes and get back to my tattoo. I got to put on. It looks nice. I will give us some pictures once it's all finished. I'll give you the whole run so you can see where it started, where it got to. So I'm excited about that, getting that finished up. Did baseball practice with my youngest today. We went out for that and he did practice. That was cool. What else did we do? I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, we watched Halo, watched The Offer.
I don't think any of us really had a big week.
Yeah, we didn't have a huge week. You know, the biggest thing was my tattoo. I'm super excited about it. I'm super proud of it. Like Bobby did a phenomenal job.
And what used to be there? I think I missed what you said. What?
It was a cross.
Okay.
It was a partially completed cross. It never got finished. That's a whole nother story I can tell on here one time about why that cross never got finished.
For sure.
But I'm really excited by it. Like I can't stop looking at it and stuff, and it's pretty cool, man. I'm excited for it. Can't wait for it to be finished. And that's it for my week so far. I mean, there's probably a couple other things, but nothing big or anything.
Yeah, if you remember.
Just work a lot.
Yeah, you've definitely been working a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm working a lot.
All right, Mike, go.
Saving up money. The wife and I are going on vacation next week, so trying to save up money.
Sweet.
Venturing up north.
We're gonna make a trip up north to visit some friends, and we're gonna stop at a couple places. My wife got us like a hotel in like North Carolina and stuff. We're road tripping it, and she says it's funny. Oh, I can tell you this story. You guys can laugh at me.
Oh, we will.
My wife. We were out here talking. Like I was talking, I was like, she was like, "I'm getting excited for our vacation. Are you excited for our vacation?" And I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'm more excited once it actually starts. The whole build up to it, I'm not really excited. But now that it's actually just a couple days away, because we're leaving Wednesday right after she gets out of work, and we're gonna drive up to North Carolina. Got a nice hotel there. Gonna stay the night there, and then Thursday we're gonna finish the trip up. We're going to visit some friends up north, and she's like, "Do you realize this is our first road trip?" I'm like, "No, it's not. I mean, I drove all the way from Dallas to here, like with you in the car. It's a road trip. We're out there visiting family." She's like, "It's our first trip, not to visit family." And I was like, "This is a trip to visit family." I was like, "This is the same thing." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "This is my nerd family." And she gave me like this doofy look, so I hit her with it, man. I was like, "Apes family." Like that. And she went, "This is how much I love my wife," but she misses the boat on it. Because I hit her with that. She looked at me like even weirder. She's like, "Wait, this isn't Fast and the Furious." I was like, "That's it. I want a divorce." And she's
Nice.
like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "That wasn't from Fast and the Furious." She's like, "Well, what movie was it from?" I'm like, "I really want a divorce now." I was like, "It's from the Apes movies." And she's like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "You didn't hear me say Apes family. What part of that is Fast and the Furious? Calm down." She started laughing. She started laughing.
Oh,
So that was.
Don't you know
pretty
that the
funny.
Fast and the Furious franchise ends up at the Planet of the Apes?
Or more importantly, if they just put a monkey into it, like what was the old Clint Eastwood with him and the
well, I mean,
orangutan?
that's why they have Vin Diesel. He's pretty close to ape. Yeah.
Oh God! Don't you badmouth Chris's best friend. You better relax.
Yeah.
That's him and The Rock are his heroes.
Not in the same movie franchise anymore. Either way,
Yeah.
can Mike go now?
So
Oh,
yeah,
I
that's the end of it. So yeah, that's the end of it.
God damn it.
Yeah, well, it's
That's
been
a
a pretty interesting week. Let's see, didn't get any figures, so that's okay. As for shows I've been watching, well, let's see. Kids in the Hall are back on TV through Amazon, so
Oh, this is a new episode you were talking about?
huh?
This new episode you were talking about of Kids in the
Yeah,
Hall?
new
I
episode.
didn't know that because you were talking about it in the group chat. I thought you were just going back and watching old ones. That's why I was like, I squished your head. I squish you.
That's
I thought you were
right.
talking
I'm
about
cashing your head. I'm cashing your head. No, we're talking like totally brand new episodes that are on Amazon Prime now. So,
Oh, I'm looking that up. That's
oh
awesome.
yeah. So take that for Canada.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We got Kids in the
Nobody
Hall.
said y'all made bad. Nobody said you made bad TV shows.
Good,
well,
good
yeah.
for you. You also made
And
Degrassi.
I started watching Schitt's Creek, with
I'm-
Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
I'm sorry.
Love
Um,
that show.
It's funny, but you know what? Like, because I'm downstairs, like, doing some work and whatnot, my wife is now like 5 seasons ahead, and I'm like watching the occasional episode whenever I come upstairs, right? It's like, the next thing I know, she's on season 2, then she's on season 3, and now 4. Now, right now, she's on like season 5. So it's like, I don't even know what's happening in between. So I kind of gave up on that right now. So,
It's worth it. That's a great show.
I didn't even get to season
it
1.
is pretty funny. It is pretty funny. So because I do like Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, boy, she has aged. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
That's a word for it, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's aged like milk.
some sort of cheese.
Nope.
So
I'm going to tell you too, Mike, real quick before you get off of Schitt's Creek. Something you might not realize or know, but the main character, David, that's actually Eugene Levy's son in real life.
No, I know.
And-
I'm pretty sure he knew
and-
that.
Did
Yeah,
you ever
yeah.
see? Have they been to the diner yet in your show? The diner that they always go to.
Well, I mean, right now it's at the point where David and his business partner, now romantic interest,
Yeah. Patrick.
open the shop, and I think they're getting married or something like that. I forget. Because
So you've seen
coming upstairs,
in the
doing
diner.
my work downstairs, I'm only catching glimpses here and there, right? So
Well, if you see episodes where they're in the diner, because that happens a lot, it's where they go to eat and talk, and they have like little skits in them and stuff. It's
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
show. The lady who runs the diner, that's also Eugene Levy's daughter.
yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty cool that the whole family's in there, really.
Yeah.
So it's not bad, because you see some of these other actors, some of them older that have
Chris
been on
Elliott.
other Canadian shows that maybe
Yeah.
you guys might not recognize, but I mean, I do from obviously being up here, and this being a
Blame
CBC production.
Canada. Blame
So,
Canada.
yeah, so I mean, there's that, and Kids in the Hall that I started watching on Friday there. So it's
So I have a question.
it's the kids back up to their same old gag.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
I've never seen Kids in the Hall.
Oh my
What?
god.
No, it was
Can
not.
we kick him off of our show?
Oh, dude,
I've
do
never seen
not
it.
know what you're missing out on.
No, I literally do not.
You-
What is the premise of
Dave
said show?
Foley is from that. He was hilarious. Like,
Oh,
dude, that show
frick, yeah.
What-
Okay.
What is the show? Explain. I've never seen it.
Think Saturday Night Live skits, Saturday Night Live, Monty Python type stuff.
Yeah, it's like Monty Python, but it's Canadian. So and
Oh, okay.
it's what made most of these guys' careers. Like yeah. So you watch Zim, Space
Yep, Invaders Zim.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one of the tallest is
Mhm.
one of the kids in the hall.
Yep.
The
guy with the dark hair,
or
the
he
dark
played one of
curly
the,
hair.
or he played, what was it, Gleep or whatever his name was on Lilo and Stitch.
Yep. Yeah, he was the one-eyed alien that went around with the big dude with different eyes.
That'd
And
be
Dave
completely.
Foley, he was on news radio with.
I know Dave Foley. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Andy Dick and
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
speaking of, we got to throw in an Andy Dick story in the news. We didn't really cover it.
So
Okay, well
yeah,
we haven't got there. But
I
Mike
know,
mentioned
but
it.
I just you reminded me when you said that. I want to talk
Yeah.
about it briefly before we get into the main topic. But yes, wow.
Main topic, 3 hours in.
Yeah, so
Jesus
what I would do, I would recommend find the original episodes, download them. Hell, I'll even send them to you because I got them all on digital anyway.
They might be on Netflix.
No, I don't think they're on Netflix.
God knows who owns
But
it
anyway,
at this point.
Yeah, it is. Oh boy, yeah, prepare for a laugh. Not all the skits
I
are
prepare
winners,
to
but
laugh.
there's going to be some memorable characters in there. Like Gavin or the Chicken Lady, or you know, just stuff like that. So, Buddy, um, yeah, it's good. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's definitely not political whatsoever. It's so far from,
So
it
it's
makes
not
fun of everybody.
SNL.
It's better than SNL, let's put it that way.
That's what I was
It's
getting
it's
at.
a Canadian it's a Canadian version. Think Monty Python, but built around sketches like SNL.
Yeah.
I got you.
And because Lauren Green, or not Lauren Green, sorry, dude that does
Lauren Michaels.
Lorne Michaels,
Oh,
thank you.
I was gonna say yeah.
He had a hand obviously in the Canadian production of Kids in the Hall, right? And when the show was done in '95, I believe it was, yeah, some of them tried to make it on SNL, and like people like Dave Foley, yeah, they became a little bit popular, but some of the others didn't, obviously. So, so there was that. And then on Friday, the that producer that I've been doing work for that animation character sketch, he phoned, and I'm kind of pretty much in the running along with a couple of other guys, but mine seemed to have made quite the impression on him. And it was kind of like a happy accident kind of thing, to kind of quote Bob Ross, I guess.
There are
Where
no mistakes.
I kind of
There's just happy
misunderstood where he was
accidents.
coming from with the whole character creation thing. He kind of wanted it based on the Anna Green Gables look, but it wasn't about the Anna Green Gables character. So when he explained to me that, the character is called Anne Graves, he explained to me that Anne Graves is a children's character from a Gaelic or Irish story. So he didn't quite explain that bit for me. He just wanted like this kind of Anne of Green Gables homage kind of look, right? So I thought it was going to be a take on Anne of Green Gables, just renamed Anne Graves and made into a witch. But so far, it's all worked out. He likes where the direction went and the whole homage thing to Anne of Green Gables to give it that particular look. So he's liking it a lot. We were after that
Sorry.
talking comic books, which is great because that kind of opened up a few more other job opportunities of making what they call TV one pagers, which basically, like, if you're going to pitch a show, your whole synopsis and what the whole show is about is literally on one page, right? And then on top of that, he also wanted to know if I would be open to do storyboards as well for TV shows, which is pretty damn cool. So I'm like, yeah, bring it on, because this is kind of along the lines of what I've kind of wanted to do, right? Like originally I wanted to draw comics for Marvel, but yeah, sure, I got into graphic design, but this is kind of, in the entertainment industry, this is still just as cool.
Yeah.
So
Mike's gonna get too big time for us, Ricky.
I wouldn't say that now.
He's gonna get too big for us. He won't be on the podcast anymore. He'd be like,
it's okay.
"The
I shall
those
carry you
peons,
on my mighty shoulders.
those peons from America. I don't need them anymore. I'm in TV."
But
Fuck you, Florida.
Right. Oh God, like that's gonna happen.
Oh my God, he's gonna make a Rikki character.
Yeah, there you go. If it turns out I have to design more characters for this animated show, if
Please do a Florida man. Please do a Florida man that visits Canada. It looks
First
like
of
Rikki.
all, I'm not a Florida man. So
You are now.
relax, Texas.
No, it's in your
You're
DNA
Florida
now.
Man with the mosquitoes. So
Yeah.
Oh, Florida man who rides in the mosquito.
Yeah, there you go.
He rides it to Canada.
Yeah,
and he's got a sound wave in one hand.
And then on top of that, I
Y'all need to get off of
talking
drugs.
to another author that wants to make his 2 novels so far, with the 3rd one coming up, into possibly a comic book as well. So
Cool.
yeah, that's kind of like on the back burner, kind of early talks about that, about, talking about creator ownership kind of thing. It's like, well, it's your character, it's your book. I would only be translating what they look like, how they, whatever on paper, right?
So you would be determining the new canon.
Well, everything's going to be based off.
It better look like. It better look and sound like.
Everything's going to be from the book. It's basically going to be the book, comic form. That's it.
I know.
But
I'm
it's
just
better look like
messing
80
with you.
MoonKnight, or I'm gonna hate it.
Still too early to tell. It's sci-fi, so let's just put it that way.
I'm just picking.
Oh, so now it's MoonKnight in space. That's fucked up, man.
Space Knight.
No.
Oh, he's on the moon.
Nice. Oh yeah, sure. So
MoonKnight on the moon.
And I'm trying to paraphrase all this because pretty soon I'm going to have to go to the store. And,
yeah, I know. I was looking at the time. It's almost store time. Yeah. It's almost store time for Mike, which is fine because if you go to the store, then I can do my week.
I think store is code for taking a shit from Mike. I don't think that's actually good.
No, because the one time he came back with like ice cream.
That's right.
If he went to the bathroom and came back with ice cream, I'd be very concerned about his soft serve.
Yeah.
Ooh, gross.
Because then it'll be another asshole joke.
They're all asshole
it's
jokes.
All brown down
ice
here.
cream.
It's all brown down here, Mike. Oh God, why did we have to add the sound effects? Thanks for that. Actually, yeah, if you do want to go ahead and make your run, then we can lead.
No, I'm good.
Well, let him finish his week.
The wife hasn't called yet. So
okay, well, I didn't know if he was done. That's why.
Yeah,
bullying him, Shoki.
Other than that, yeah, watched Doctor Strange, and that's pretty much my week. So
and that's his favorite Marvel movie.
It's his best Marvel movie ever.
Meh.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. I apologize.
It was
the only thing he likes better. The only thing he likes better than that is MoonKnight.
Oh yeah.
Everything else is trash.
Except Guardians of the Galaxy.
And he loves the last part of Loki when they made her into a girl.
First of all, Sylvie can get it.
Yo, she can get it twice.
Twice on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she can. She can invade my multiverse any day.
Oh my God! You want her to peg you? We need Joe back. You and him have to have a conversation about this shit.
And now that made it awkward.
No, it's been awkward for a while.
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
Ever since y'all invited me to be
even more awkward.
I don't know. I think we had way more awkward situations when Sean was here too.
Now you made it awkward with even more awkward.
With even
and now
more.
I hand off my week to Shoki. How was your week?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Well, good news. Nothing terrible has happened to my dad in the last week. So there's some, as far as I know, nothing terrible has happened since the last.
Has his leg his foot gotten better?
I don't know about better. And to answer your question from last week, I never got back to you on that. Yes, he is wearing an air cast.
Oh, good.
Gotcha.
But he's having an issue with wanting to wear it because he gets uncomfortable and he wants to take the fucking thing off, and then he tries to walk on it, and then he starts getting in pain. And he's like, "What's wrong?" It's a problem with having an 89-year-old man with dementia who broke his fucking foot. Anyways, so shout out to the old man. Fucking stop hurting yourself.
Yeah, Papa Shoki.
Actually, all old men, please stop hurting yourself.
You know who else has dementia?
I don't care about the rest of them.
You know who else has dementia?
Mike.
Dr.
You know
Demento?
who else has dementia?
Fucking A.
Never mind.
God damn it, I got it. I got it eventually.
There you go.
Who? No, but the problem is you should have answered your own question with who. Okay.
Maybe I was.
I don't know. So, things.
I thought you were gonna keep him going for a while too, Mike.
No, it took me a second.
I was thinking about it.
I'm getting sobered up. I'm getting better.
Can I do 4? I don't know.
You didn't think about it in the news? Somebody mentioned what? Who?
Yes, who?
Good one, Mike. Good
Yes.
one.
So,
There you go.
I
If
did.
you were here at High Five, yeah.
Fucking digital
Air
high
5.
Air 5 across the universe. Desk slap. Yeah.
That was a good one.
So I didn't get much in except for the new USB mic that I bought for my phone because for whatever reason my recordings have gotten incredibly janky, and I listened to one the other day and I was like, holy fuck, this sounds even worse than I thought it did. So I did get a USB mic, and we're hoping to get Rikki to get one to slightly improve his audio quality because people has said, well, fucking A, he's on his headphones. But either way,
Meh.
it does work pretty good.
Fuck 'em.
I think it's Fifine is the name, like Fifine is the brand. It's only like $50. It is a USB-C and regular USB connection, so you can connect it to your computer or other. It does come with a little mini tripod. I did a very short review of it when I got it. It does sound really good, so it's actually helping my reviews because
No, it's not.
no, it is. It's helping the audio quality.
Just makes them sound better.
Well,
It
believe
doesn't
me,
help your.
that matters a lot. Either way, it does sound really good. Comparatively, anyways. Because I don't know what happened to my phone. I don't know if it's just dropping it a lot or the microphones themselves are a little gunked up. Because I was talking to somebody the other day on speakerphone and they could barely hear me. So there might be something to that. We did
Try enunciating. No.
Well, not understanding me, having a problem hearing me. So there's no understanding me. We did go.
Tomato.
Yes, tomato, cucumber. I like cucumbers and tomato salad. It's good shit.
Yeah, but you missed my reference. Potato tomato is a reference.
I know. I'm ignoring it. Doesn't mean I didn't catch it.
What's it from? What's it from?
The Office.
Nope.
Oh.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, that's not also in The Office?
Nope. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, never watched the show. So we did do a couple mini vacations since Friday. We don't tend to take the entire time off because it's just hard to lose that much money. So we try to plan weekend getaways. The wifey took off on Friday. She went and got her hair did. It looks really nice. Got like 7 or 8 inches cut off. You know, it's like much shorter than it used to be. Looks really good though. She's still getting used to it, which is funny. She's like, I hate my hair. Like, you're the one who chose to get it cut that way. What do you mean? I mean, it has legitimately been like 4 years since she had it cut that short. So it's an adjustment period, but I'm getting better with it too. Like usually I'm the one adjusting, not her. So she's the one complaining about her own haircut. I think it's funny. But
so long as it isn't a Karen haircut.
No, it's not. Yes, I had to think about that for a second.
God.
There is no such thing as a Karen haircut.
Yes, I don't know about
that.
Yes,
it's a do. There's a do at least.
Oh yeah.
Do the do. Either way. Speaking of which, there's a new Mountain Dew out. But we went up to a place called Mimsy's Craft Barbecue, and it was.
SHOKY was shirtless on the beach, y'all.
I was not shirtless on the beach. I would never do that to anyone in public. That's fucking horrible.
He looked like an Ewok in a sandbox.
So an Ewok on Tatooine. But no, I was not that. So, anyways, Mimsy's Barbecue is not near the beach. It's all the way up in Crockett, kind of middle of fucking nowhere. And fantastic food. We will definitely be going back there. But we also did go visit Miss Shoki's dad's grave because we've talked about it for a while, and it's not close. You know, it's way out there. He apparently grew up in that town, and that's why they buried him there. You know, he wasn't, you know, when he died, he wasn't from there. They just buried him back in his hometown because they had a whole family plot. And we actually had to look it up because there's no street address for the cemetery, like, at all. Right. So we actually, like, in the one place that had it listed, the coordinates were way the fuck off. Like, I mean, they literally gave, like, longitude and latitude kind of fucking coordinates to look up on the map. And it was nowhere near where the fuck it was. And we were trying to get back to the highway, and I just happened to take a different turn to get back and ended up finding it. It was like, so trying to get back to the highway so that we could try to find it, I ended up finding it. So nice. That was nice. And we got there right after they had just mowed it. So, like, actually, apparently it was probably pretty overgrown, judging by what, you know, the remnants. So we actually found the graves and whatnot like that. So that was pretty cool. You know, nice little nostalgia thingy there. I've never, because he died a long time ago, like early 2000s. You know, so you know she was young.
You didn't really know him.
No, she did. I mean, obviously she grew up with her dad, but then she grew up with her. I almost kind of grew up with her stepmom. That's, you know, who just passed away like 2 months ago or a month ago. But she grew up with her godmother and her mom when they were together. So it's a weird rhombus. It's not even a triangle, it's a rhombus. So either way, you know,
this is a fancy word for a diamond.
Yeah, I guess so. This is multiple sides. So either way, that was nice. We did get away down to the beach. We did go down to Galveston yesterday. Spent the day essentially down there. She did have to get her beach time in, which was mostly walking up and down the beach for like 15 minutes before she got tired of it.
Noobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, she likes the beach, she likes the water, but we have to have a reason to literally be and hang out on the beach, and it's just us. There's not much going on. We go down there with family, and we hanging out with like 15 people. We bring the pit, we bring the, the beach games and all that kind of stuff. That's another story. We're just going down there for whatever. We're not going to spend that much time. She wants to get her feet wet,
Oh my
walk through the
God.
sand and whatnot.
Dude, I used to just drive over to the beach because Daytona's about an hour and a half from me. I'd just drive over to the beach and just spend the day out there and watch the sunset and just chill.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the only problem is like there's not much place to just do that anymore because it is such a ridiculous
Like tourist
trap, dude. Like the beaches are crowded, the seawall is crowded. We went down early enough, so we got there like 10:30. So, the crowds hadn't really come in. Not to mention it was weird because we went on Saturday instead of on Sunday, which is what we normally do. So I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking Saturday. It's like there's so much more to actually do. There's places open that normally we don't have access to due to whatever reason. So we did that. We check out Murdoch's. We always go check them out. It's just a shop and stuff. So we sat out there on their porch over the water, had a couple of drinks, just watching the water, the birds doing their thing and looking at the ships that just docked out there. Or not docked, anchored out there. We checked out Beerfoot Brewery, which is not a brewery anymore, but there's still a nice bar. It's got just enough ocean front that you can look out the front windows and still see the sand and the water, but not actually have to deal with any of the bullshit that's directly related to it. And then right down the road from there, we checked out a new place we hadn't gone. And this was like mid-lunch rush. And it's like, okay, we don't want to go to the normal places because there's like a 45-minute wait guaranteed. So we just looked up, let's go look somewhere else for to eat. And, that was the whole idea. We wanted to go places we just really had never done. And we found a little kind of hole-in-the-wall barbecue place called Queen's Barbecue. And, dude, it was good. Like you wouldn't think it.
Yeah, those pictures that you sent, man, they fucking made me hungry, dude. They look good as shit.
The ones I
won't lie. I've been wanting some of that.
Yeah, the first place, that was Mimsy's.
sweet.
The Mimsy's was the place I sent y'all the first time. That was where I had the turkey, the pulled pork, the maple smoked Brussels sprouts, which were insanely good, and then the coconut curry cream corn, which was...
That sounded weird, but it sounds delicious.
Dude, it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing, believe me.
Because I actually prefer coconut curry over regular curry. It's like a Thai curry.
Yeah,
I like that way better.
It had that Thai flavor to it with just some normal cream corn kind of base, and then with some cilantro and stuff thrown on top. It was stupid good.
Nice.
Yeah. So we did that. That place, Queens, the other place we went to in Galveston. So shout out to them. It was really kind of funny because they don't do plates or platter or anything like that. They give you your shit wrapped up in the foil and give it to you just in a bag like you're going to take it to go anyways. So you go over to the table.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you just go to the table, eat your shit, throw all your trash back in the bag and throw it in the trash. And I had
hint, motherfuckers.
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, that might be a leftover thing from COVID, but it also saves them on doing any dishes or anything,
Yep.
Which is always great. Kill some of the overhead if you can. I actually had a really good French dip. Like, I've never had a barbecue-related French dip, and it was surprisingly good.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
So it was a smoked roast beef?
Yeah, so it was like a roast beef, but they, a little bit more smoke to it, of course, and then they harvest the au jus for the side. Dude, that was some fucking really ridiculous rich au jus, I'm not gonna lie. And they have a loaded
Probably
version.
some wine in it.
Yeah.
Probably had like burgundy in it or something.
Something in there. They definitely had a lot going for it, I'll say that, for something that simple. And then they had a loaded version of it that came with like jalapenos and some type of ranch on it as well. Didn't go for that one this time, but next time I'm definitely down. But their pulled pork was also fucking really, really good. And they do more like a Kansas City style sauce and rub.
So it's a mustard based.
A little bit more mustard based, a little bit more vinegar than normal Texas style barbecue. So very different. And then this morning we got our asses out of bed and went to another place we had never been to before. It was called Sugar Britches.
And that's funny because earlier when you walked away when I was doing the hey baby thing,
Yeah,
I was just like I called her sugar britches or anything. That's funny.
that is fucking funny.
That is true.
Oh wow, I wish I had heard that because
Wow.
that's great.
You'll hear it on the playback. It's like sugar britches.
That's funny.
Jeez.
So yeah, so we did go to Sugar
That's
Britches
funny.
Cafe.
What are the odds?
Pretty
I
good.
don't know, but I'm playing the lotto tomorrow.
There you go. Play
Yeah.
the lotto for that one. But yeah, no, that place was really good. They're only open for breakfast and lunch. So they closed at like 2 p.m. and the last time we wanted to go, they were already closed before we even left the house. So that would have sucked. But went over there and okay, you want to talk about real fucking coincidences? So we go.
Mhm.
We get in there right before any kind of real big rush, like it's about half full. We get in a seat, no problem.
Your
Big
waitress' name was Rikki.
No. Her name was Brooke. Unless you know Brooke. Actually she looked and sounded like one of my coworkers, so part of me wondered if she's related to her, because that would have been interesting. I'll ask my coworker if she has like a niece named Brooke, and that might be interesting. Either way, so there's a double table next to us that's full of like an Asian family, and then they pack up and leave. And then while we're slowly eating, that all gets cleared off, and another family comes in a little bit at a time, like a couple people here and there, but they're all just they're trickling in, but all the same group. And one dude kept getting up to go get more menus because they didn't bother to tell anybody more people were coming.
Nice.
And then this young dude, in his late 20s, walks in, sits with them, and he's talking. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, God, that guy looks familiar. I mean, mind you, they're literally the table over, so I'm trying not to be obvious, right?
Right.
And we're nearly done with our food. And I'm like,
Do you know the name of this podcast? You should have been staring him right in his mouth.
Yeah, I guess that's true. No, it gets even funnier. Yeah, if you want to talk about awkward, wait till I get there. So I look over at the wife. I'm like, that dude looks like my cousin. And she's like, yeah, it does. Is that? I'm like, but that lady over there looks like his mom, but kind of not. And
You
he's
mean
like,
your aunt?
Well, no, his mom is not my aunt. We had the same. His dad is my uncle, but different.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
different wife.
yeah, different wife. So I look, it's like, is that him? She's like, it looks kind of like him. It's like he has a black wife too, right? I'm like, yeah, but it's not like 100%.
So what you're trying to say is they all look the same?
No, what I'm saying is that everybody at the table looked familiar, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, should I say something? And she's like, I don't know. And then I literally hear one of the guys refer to the black wife literally by the name, and I'm like, that's gotta be them. It's like, what are the odds? And then he sort of looks over at me, and I'm like, Austin? And he's like, holy shit. Like, okay, so it is my cousin, his wife, his mom, and that side of the family. So this weekend they had a funeral for his grandpa on that side.
Wow.
He doesn't live here. He lives up in Dallas.
Oh crap.
So here's the coincidence. We were going to go to Dallas and hit them up initially for our vacation.
Nice.
So we didn't go to Dallas, and then they end up here for this funeral.
Nice.
And then we coincidentally end up at a restaurant neither of us has been to, sitting right next to each other.
Break out the
Yeah.
improbability drive.
Yeah. But here's the awkward part. When he introduced me to everyone else at the table who doesn't know me, he called me by the wrong name.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
well, whatever.
He literally
This is
called
my
me the
cousin,
wrong
Bob.
cousin's name. I was like,
This is my cousin Bob, y'all.
I was like, I know we have a lot of cousins, but my name ain't Chris.
Uh-huh.
And he's like,
Close enough to count.
but
How is he
you could
pull
tell
off
he
with
was
them?
definitely still sleepy. Like his and like the reason why it was kind of hard to recognize him, and this is not dogging him at all because clearly funeral, but his eyes were super puffy, and like he just looked stressed the fuck out. So I was like, so that's one reason why I was like, is that him? Because from the angle I was like, that doesn't look necessarily like him. But either way, so shout out to him. But that was a hell of a crazy coincidence. We're like, not only were we going to go to your town to visit you, and didn't, you ended up in our town, and we ran into you at a place
At some random restaurant.
yeah, at some random restaurant that we just apparently his chunk of the family who lives actually kind of right down the road from there has been there, but obviously they'd never been there because we talked about it briefly. But yeah, that was actually
pretty
really funny Really funny coincidence. So like I said, I didn't get anything else really in this week. I do have stuff coming. I do have a BBTS order that did come in, but nothing crazy. And it's like right when we did the last podcast, so I'm not too worried about talking about it. But there will be a.
What'd you get?
That's a good question. What did I get? Stuff that's over there in the dark. I can't see it. I'll have a video up for it coming
Good.
this week.
If you got stuff in and don't know what you got, you're getting too much stuff, dude.
This is also true. I do know what's coming from the Chosen Prime, though. I did put in a short order from the Chosen Prime of some New Age figures, including the Cyclonus. So
yeah,
that'll
I gotta
be here
order
tomorrow.
it, David.
Yep.
I gotta try to track one of those down.
That'll be out again on re-release probably pretty soon.
But I don't want one of the reissues. I want the first one.
Why? Let them do the reissue. They'll probably fix some of the issues.
Yeah, but they're not gonna reissue it. They're gonna just keep putting out different paint apps and stuff. And I want the one that looks like the MP.
Well, I don't know because they're already reissuing the Ultra Magnus, so the regular Ultra Magnus is coming back out, so they are going to be reissuing stuff. And he came out before David, so odds are David's going to be right behind him. So just keep a look at. It'll be a thing. Also, I do want to shout out the post office for being significantly faster than FedEx has been in the last few months. So I ordered that shit Friday. It's going to be on my doorstep tomorrow. So FedEx can't make that shit happen. So either way, but watching stuff, nothing really going on other than the fact that we have watched and finished the first season of Ozark.
Hold on real quick. Mike, how funny would it be if the post office fucks up his delivery now he's talking shit?
I would laugh. Pissed myself.
If
it would be an hour long bonus episode of us just laughing.
It would be.
If they fucked it up
to itself.
If they
We
fucked
all
it
know
up,
it.
it'll be my fault because I neglected some part of the address or something. Which is the only time they've done something wrong.
By talking shit about FedEx on here, and then the FedEx ghosts are gonna go fuck your shit up in UPS or USPS.
Yeah, USPS.
There you
Yeah. So actually, if FedEx had
Ozark.
done, I was gonna say if FedEx had done their job in the first place and handed the packages off to the USPS like they should have, it would have actually got to me at a decent time. Either way, Ozark season 1. What the fuck, man?
I fucking told you,
dude.
I fucking told you,
dude.
Issei Morales. That's all I gotta say, dude. That shit made me jump out my chair when that shit happened,
dude.
What the fuck?
Like we watched it. Okay, here's the problem. So we knew we had already stayed up kind of late last night. It was like 10:30, and we had just watched episode 11, so up to the season finale, and we looked at each other. It's like it's one episode, right? So we watched that season finale before going to bed. I told you that was a terrible fucking plan. God damn, dude. This show.
Oh, hey, you made me just think of something real quick. I'm just gonna throw it in there so it's recorded and I don't forget. But I also started Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I'm in season 2, episode 8 already. Now go ahead.
So, last week we talked about how you'd already started and you were like episode 5, but you have finished season 1, and we'll talk about that possibly separately, or maybe after you finish season 2. But what I say is Breaking Bad walked so that this show could run.
This show makes Breaking Bad look like Girl Scout cookie sales.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Like that's what I said. Like Breaking Bad walked so this show could run. This is everything like season 3 and up of Breaking Bad was. This is fucking insane. What I don't know. I need to find out who the key grip is so that I can write to them and tell them they did such a fucking fantastic
Now
job.
you're just blatantly ripping off Nerd Rage.
I know that is. I actually no. The funny thing is, I wanted to start looking up key grips and sending them to Bobby. Here's a key grip.
Somebody did that shit. Did you see that?
I did.
In the realm.
I did actually.
Yeah, Paul,
that was
Paul
funny.
Actually took a picture.
Of course, Paul
put
C.
it in the realm.
Shout out to Paul C. Why are people messaging me right now? That's annoying. Anyways, but yeah, no, there's not much else going on. Literally haven't been watching anything else. Actually, I take that back. I did watch the finale of season 1 of IBO just because you were there. I was like, I'm gonna go back and relive this, and of course, I fucking had the same reaction I had the first time, even though what was coming. Technically speaking, I was just like, fuck.
I'd suggest another anime for him to watch, but then again, I don't know how much he enjoys anime tropes.
After Iron-Blooded Orphan, I'm supposed to watch Demon Slayer or Death Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, so when I was at my tattoo getting it done yesterday, her kids were there because her and her husband owned the shop.
Sure.
And her kids were there, and they heard me mention something about Iron-Blooded Orphan, and the daughter stopped. And she's like, "You watch anime?" I'm like, "I've watched two. I watched Gurren Lagann and IBO." And she's like, "I love anime." And my tattoo artist, like, she started laughing. She's like, "Don't get her started about anime. She'll just talk for hours." I'm
You
like,
might.
and of course I fucked up. I was like, "Yeah, my friends are trying to get me to watch more of this stuff, and they told me I'm supposed to watch like Death Slayer." And I said Death Slayer, and her eyes went big. She's like, "Do you mean Demon Slayer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's my favorite show." And she talked for like 45 minutes about Demon
Oh
Slayer.
boy.
Yeah,
Watch.
it's worth it.
Do you think Ricky might enjoy Cowboy Bebop?
No,
No, I've already tried to watch it when it first came out. I remember it being
Really?
on Adult Swim.
I don't think
Yeah.
you would.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think had he
Death
watched, I think, hold on, I
I
think,
tried Trigun. I tried that. I tried
Okay.
Samurai. Not Samurai Jack. Afro Samurai. I
dude,
tried a couple
Afro
of them.
Samurai is a good show though.
I've
Yeah,
never
that's
seen
cool.
Afro
Cool
Samurai.
story, bro. I've watched
I'm just saying it's
about
good.
one episode of each one of those.
I could see like there's a section there where I agree that like there's just no real going back. If you didn't see them when they were out originally, you're not gonna connect to it. That's why it's a classic, but it's like so is Gone with the Wind. But it's like
Yeah.
it ain't now, but it was then.
As somebody who lives in the south of the United States, I have never watched all of Gone with the Wind.
It's
I've
hard to
tried
get through the
3
whole
times.
fucking thing, man.
Neither have
I've
I.
tried 3 times in my life to watch that movie, and all 3 times I've fallen asleep in the first 20 minutes.
Well, that
I
shit's
can't
basically a
handle that movie.
trilogy, isn't it? It's like 3 separate fucking stories going on.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly.
I don't know. I've only ever seen the
war
first
and
20
peace
minutes.
of film.
But like if it was like if you
I've read War and Peace twice. That's how bad Gone with the Wind is. I've read War and Peace twice.
Yeah.
I can't make it past the first 20 minutes of that
that's
shit.
pretty fucking funny.
Oh, wow.
But hold on, give me just a second though. If you're interested in I don't even know how this would work out though, because okay, so
I should just never bring anime up around you.
no,
two
it's
fuckers,
fine.
man.
I mean, like, because I definitely suggest Demon Slayer because
Neon Genesis Evangelion might be too.
I've watched it. I've watched.
Have you?
Yeah, remember I told you back in the day. I've only ever watched 3 things: Ninja Scroll, Records of the Lotus War, and Evangelion.
he wasn't here for that. That was when he was off.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
no, I
didn't
think I do
listen to
remember
it.
that in passing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
the only thing I was gonna
I love
suggest,
Evangelion.
I was gonna suggest another Gundam series, but it's a very different type. It's one of the build series. So
No, thank you.
but no, it's actually a really good
Hard
story.
pass.
There's a Mikazuki like character.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
There's then somewhere in this world there's a Rikki type character watching it. We're good.
Well, actually, I don't know. That might be true. Either way,
the
but
multiverse.
Gundam Build Divers, and even Joe, if I remember correctly, Joe didn't like. So Build Divers by itself was a series. Build Divers Re-Rise was the sequel series, and he did. And this is across the board. Most people were really turned off by Build Divers, and then wouldn't give Re-Rise a try. But then everyone that I've heard, everyone who has actually bothered to watch Re-Rise has said the same thing. It actually, it's significantly better series, but it retroactively makes the first series better by the stuff it does in it. Because
Gundam is definitely your Batman. Because I've already tried 3 times to change this subject.
Well, no, Gundam is my.
As soon as somebody says Batman, I rub my hands together and say, "Here we go, bitch. You're gonna be here for a while."
It's not so much my.
I feel you on that shit.
It's not so much my Batman as it's more like my MoonKnight. It's a thing that I know a lot about and have some passion for, but not in the same way you have for Batman. I mean, I built more of a job around Gundam than I built a passion for it, but there's certain series that I like more.
Maybe Ricky might like Berserk.
No, that's the one that Joe said the dude died before he finished it. I'm not even gonna start it.
Yeah, because it'll never be finished the same way. Yeah.
I suppose.
Plus the new animation
See,
thing
I
on
pay
Netflix
attention.
sucks.
I hear things. I learn things. I am not trying.
Okay. Robotech, maybe he might like that. I don't know. If he likes some Gundam, he might like Robotech. I don't know.
I don't like what you call it, fake Skyfire.
Oh,
Okay.
I know what I wanted to suggest to you.
You know what? I take that back. I've actually watched Robotech, the movie version of it. That's the one with the Valkyries, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
With the Valkyries, yep.
Yes, I watched that way back in the day, so I have seen that one.
Okay, so
dude, check out Assassination Classroom.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's a good one. That is a good one. But it's a very, very, very different series.
Find Assassination Classroom.
I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Will, you better be commenting to save me from these fucking nerds, man.
No.
Okay,
Just
hold on, wait.
I
Ask
swear to
Joe.
God,
just send Joe a message about it.
It is funny. It is, God, by the end, you're just gonna possibly tear up. But
there's some emotional shit.
It's hilarious. It's funny. You really end up caring for all of these characters.
So Mike hates everything except for anime.
No.
I suspect you might like that one.
Assassination Classroom it's definitely unique, for lack of it is a unique series, and it is a lot of fun.
And I'm also still mad at fucking. I've decided. I talked with Shoki about it. I think they just copy and paste it across all animes, but Netflix keeps telling me there's nudity in these shows, and I'm getting mad because the only nudity I've seen
no nudity at all in IPO.
No, there ain't.
There's nothing.
Yes, there is.
Netflix doesn't even know what they're talking about.
Yes, there is. The guy who runs Tewas, you see his fucking wrinkly old ass the first time they show him because he's in like a sauna. So
I just
that's the
that
only
out.
nudity between Gurren Lagann and IBO. Both said that there's nudity in them. The only thing I've seen is wrinkled old man ass in a sauna.
Yeah, because IBO doesn't even have a beach episode.
No,
it's a rare anime. 2
seasons. I would suggest that it's funny. I suspect you will like that.
It's an interesting romp at
bare
minimum.
It's very interesting.
It's a very.
I'll put it in my queue. How about that?
Yeah, put it in your queue. Give it a
That's
chance.
cool.
But the other thing I was gonna actually suggest. Hold on. Let me finish this before I fucking lose the.
Tell me about Gundam.
No, it's not Gundam. God damn it. Sword Art Online.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's a good one.
Pretty good series.
It's a good one, and it's
the first 2 I would say are pretty good. I haven't got much on you.
Well, I didn't see the third. The third season was good in a different way, but it definitely changes direction. I have not seen anything past that, and I haven't watched the sequel series that's unrelated technically.
Yeah,
Gun Gale Online I have not watched
because I think there's like up to 5 or 6 series now.
Well, they also had the movie that was tied into the coordinate something or other. I forgot exactly what it's called. Cardinal something.
The first 2 definitely are pretty good.
The first 2 seasons are that's some of the best shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
Like that is some good goddamn storytelling, and it doesn't seem like it at first. And it takes a minute, and the character building and stuff like that. The world is beautiful. Like the animation is really nice.
It's a very well thought out storyline.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about it. It's like it's not some bullshit storyline and they're making it up as they go along. No. Everything's really thought out, and then there's some really moving shit by the time you get to season 3.
Mike, quick question.
No Tenchi. Okay. That's
Mike, quick question for you.
Okay.
How much did you love MoonKnight TV show?
Oh, jeez. We're way past that now.
No, I'm just trying to get off of this shit.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. We're gonna get off of this, but we have been going for quite some time, so I understand if we want to go ahead and wrap up, because we're already at 3.5 hours. Yeah, I mean, I got no problem continuing, but it is late. We still didn't manage to get to the Twitter talk, but that's okay. We also talked for a very long time. That will be in our bonus episode. I do want to.
Here's my Twitter talk. Somebody's buying it. Somebody's not buying it. I don't care. I don't twit. I don't tweet. None of that shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
There's my talk.
Brilliantly put.
Good job, Rikki. Way to go, motherfucker!
I nailed the main conversation that you motherfuckers couldn't get off Gundam long enough to talk about.
So we'll talk about this one week when Ricky's not here, Mike. We'll talk about it next week when Ricky's not here.
Jelly of you right now.
Yeah.
I wish I could summarize as best of you.
Don't know, don't care. That's pretty much the way I live my life. Don't know, don't care.
So that'll just be a whole conversation with just me and Mike, and Rikki will just sit there twiddling his Transformers
like, okay,
parts.
I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna be like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go to the store real quick. Go.
There you go. Yeah. and then he's gonna drive for an hour.
I am willing to give you that reprieve just to save your sanity.
I don't care. I'm all about it because I get to learn stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, because there's a lot of craziness but a lot of important shit going on in it, and it's more than just some billionaire buying a thing. It's become an entire fucking social discussion, and it's fucking insane. But that's one reason I want to have that talk about it, because the insanity around it is actually the reason to talk about it. And it's a freedom of speech situation, and it's gone
It is.
through the roof.
It's not really. That's
No,
just the
it
right
absolute-
time that they're
Oh, no,
using.
No. It is specifically a freedom of speech problem from both sides.
If you think he's going to go on there and allow everybody to say whatever the fuck they want without removing it, y'all have lost your goddamn mind.
No, but the problem is, it's not even a problem. The situation is, all he wants to do is just follow the fucking law.
Yeah. People misunderstand like our rights and stuff, the stuff we're allowed to do. You have the freedom of speech. You do
Yes.
not have the freedom of speech without consequence.
Exactly.
If you
but
say something you're not supposed to, you still get in trouble for it, assholes. That's not how it works. I'm not calling you assholes. I'm
I
calling
know
all the
you're saying that out loud.
fuck
Yes, I know.
cards on the internet, asshole.
But
that's
see,
everybody thinks.
that's part of
I
it.
can run up to the president and say, you're a cocksucking douchebag. I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Yeah, you absolutely have the right to say that if you fucking want to. But just know you're going to fucking jail because you just threatened the president of the United States. Whether you like him or don't like him, you broke the fucking law. You're going to goddamn jail.
And
So
for the
people are
and
stupid.
for the FBI and CIA listening to this episode, that was not an actual
They
threat on the
literally heard
president.
me
That was
just say. They literally just heard me say that if somebody does that I did not say that because I don't give a fuck. Who's in
and this is
office.
not
They
a,
can
and this
all
is not a
fuck-
call to action in any way, shape, or form. It is a
Well, you're saying keywords that
It is
their
it is a
algorithms are
hypothetical.
listening for,
It is
so
a
if I
hypothetical
was you, I would
situation.
shut up because you're making it awkward for the FBI.
No, I'm
so
clear.
you
I'm
might
clarifying
wanna relax.
for them that this
You're
is
not
not a
clarifying.
situation.
You're
I
saying
am.
red flag words.
This is a
that they're listening
disclaimer.
for.
This is a disclaimer.
There's no need to disclaim when I just said you can say stuff like that, but remember you're gonna have something happen to you for saying it. There's nothing to disclaim.
Yes.
You can say
can't
whatever the hell you want. There are
But there's-
consequences,
Yep.
but it makes
And
it
people
no
don't understand
less. But it makes it no less that you still can say what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say what you want, but that doesn't mean that somebody can't take it down. If
But-
they own the company of the
but
thing that you're
here's the-
putting
but
something
here's-
on and they don't like it, they can take it down because you have the freedom to say
Then
it, but they have
again,
the freedom to
It
take that
comes
shit
down
down.
to: are you a publisher, or
Or are you a platform?
that's right.
Yes. And I think that's one area where it's no longer a gray area anymore. It's just what they don't want to admit is a thing. Much like
And
YouTube
what
itself.
Elon Musk did is he exposed something.
Yes, he's exposed
that's
some
the talk
stuff, but
for
that's
another
a really deep talk. That's going to have to be a very focused episode, and we keep unfocusing, but it's fine. We still talk.
First of
and have
all,
good stuff.
if they want focused episodes, go watch some fucking news shit on YouTube because we are far from focused. So
No, but I'm saying
you
like
might
much
come
like
on
our
here
very
thinking we're gonna
special.
talk about Elon Musk, and we're gonna be talking about tentacle porn before you know it. So
Yeah,
y'all
but that's
just
if Joe
fucking
was
relax.
here.
That's
Joe was here for
Assassination
sure.
Classroom for the tentacles.
Yeah, for tentacle porn, you definitely watch Assassination Classroom.
There's nudity in that, Joe?
No,
Pretty damn close.
but there's
Oh
tentacles.
no, never mind. It's staying where it's at
But
in the
there's
queue.
Trust
there's
me,
tentacles.
hot blonde spy.
Blondes are not my thing, so trust
There's
me.
a
it just
redhead,
moved
too.
further down the
There's
fucking
redheads.
queue. Yep, now it's back up.
There we
True.
go.
Now it's
Yeah,
back
the redhead. Yeah.
There's redheads. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's back up again.
It's like, hold on, you got to bring him back. It's just tell him Yoko's and
Nah, it's
everything.
back
He'll be
up.
watching it.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Either
And Gun.
way, so let's go ahead and end it here because it has gotten late. And either way, so next week we'll see what happens because Rikki will hopefully be situated, but he will.
I'll be on here. I just don't know how we're gonna make it work. I don't know if it's gonna be traveling and talking. Or
Well, like I said,
at
we
a
can
hotel
we can
and
push it till
talking.
Monday if we have to because I'm off. That won't be a problem. It's just if Mike can make it
Yep.
happen on Monday morning, and you'll be
I'm off
you'll
on
be
Monday
road
as
lagged.
well.
Yeah, you'll be road lagged. But
Yeah.
anyway, that way you'll come back next week with some stories from up north, as it were.
Yeah, from my vacation, I'll have some
Your
cool shit to
vacation.
talk about.
Mid north.
Yes, mid north. So guys, mid
No,
north.
the proper north,
no,
not
no,
the upper north.
No, no.
I am the
it's-
proper north.
No,
What do
see,
you
No,
Mike,
mean?
you're
Mike
the
is beyond
upper
the
north.
wall. So Mike is
You're
a
the upper
wildling.
north.
Mike is a wildling. He
Yes.
lives beyond the wall.
No, Mike's Mike's the White Walker.
The
Don't-
true
That's
north.
right. I am the Great White North, the
The
White
true-
Walkers
it's
of
like-
the Canada.
I'm from the north. You're from,
Canada.
see, the problem is we're all south of Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
So-
Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. But none of us are from Alaska.
Yeah.
I'm
But
talking
it's
about
still
us.
American representation, so we still win.
We like it, even though it's halfway Russian.
All right,
no,
cool.
no,
I gotta take a
no.
shit soon, so let's
Yeah.
tie this up.
We all do. Either way, yes. So I'm trying to wrap it up, but we keep getting distracted, like we do.
Segway.
Segue to the end. God damn it. So if you guys do want to follow us, please do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, whatever the fucking thing is, wherever it is you're listening to or watching us.
Please hit that. We are seeing the fact that bunches of people are downloading and stuff, and we're still not getting followers. We would appreciate it and love you guys madly if you hit that follow button and subscribe or whatever that shit's
What
called.
now?
Yeah.
Don't make me come after you with my polar bear.
Yes.
And it bumps us up the algorithm and lets more people get a hold of us. We're trying to make this out there, guys.
Yes,
That's right.
and
Need your help with
if
that.
there's a rating,
subscribe.
thing wherever you're listening, hit the rate button, hit the thing where you give us 5 stars or 5 apples or whatever the fuck they are. Give us
call it
5
a
of
bell.
something. And also, if you want to leave comments on the YouTube, obviously at the beginning of the episode, we read out a whole lot of the most comments from the last 2 episodes. And if you want to contact us otherwise to send us questions or other comments, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com, featured in the description down below, along with the links to all my SHOKY related stuff and Comic Relief Crusader stuff. And then, of course,
And now, Nerd Rage Radio.
featuring from this week on... some link to some other podcast that we talk about every fucking week.
The Podfather.
Can we get through one episode without talking about Nerd Rage?
Good shit. You talk about Nerd Rage stuff. I told you when you brought me on, it's like if you mention Nerd Rage stuff, I'm gonna drop Nerd Rage name.
That's right. Yeah, I know. That's why it's a joke.
We
It's
all
like,
listen to it. We're all fans of it. I have no problem mentioning them. They've talked about us on their podcast. I mean,
Twice.
You sell out whores.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
we're all sending love to each other. But I am also in my head, real quick. I am plotting and planning on how to make a design. I'm gonna have to get with SHOKY probably for a shirt design.
Okay.
But it's
Graphic designer.
it's gonna say. Well, I'm saying in our T-shirt place. Like I guess he has the. Okay. Well, whatever. It's gonna say if you wear your own merch, you're a doof. That's all it's gonna say on the fucking shirt, and that's
And,
it's
should,
gonna have
and
our
should it
logo.
have a picture of the merch on it?
No, it's gonna have a picture of our logo and say if you wear your own merch, you're a doof.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'll buy it and wear it on the show.
And that'll be
Sure.
fucking Inception. All our brains will pop. It'll be awesome.
So should it have a doof with an arrow pointed up? Like
Yeah, or down, even
I'm
better.
okay with that. Either way.
if we get the C string, if we ever get that C string deal,
Oh, Joe already said he'd rock it, man.
I know.
So
Well, you got to make those booty shorts for him.
yeah, for the Twitch stream.
Yes.
So.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes.
Get him wearing hot pants.
Yes. Well,
It's gonna be
and
hot pants with Mia on his ass and Nerd Rage on his crotch. He's
There
got
we
dance
go.
around.
in
There
our
we go.
NRR up front, Mia in the back.
Yeah.
Just
We
how
Because
it
in
goes.
my
how
head,
to
it was-
rock it.
In my head, their logo is the skulls, and they have the dolphin skull, so it's
Uh-huh.
gonna look like a boner on the front of his package.
Yes. Yes.
That'd be funny.
Yep.
To me,
He
that shit's
literally
funny.
has a boner.
On his boner,
God
and it's a
damn it.
dolphin boner on his dolphin boner.
And on that note,
Segue.
segue to K-Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Sounded like a store advertisement. Segue to K-Bye.
Yes, it does.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.